Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to TVON. My name is Blair. Thank you so much for joining us, and happy Wednesday. So this is the start of our week, and what a week it is. We've got some very special pieces tonight, as we do tomorrow night, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday morning as well. So this is going to be a wonderful time to say, you know what, I think I'm going to hang out and shop for some jewelry, because we've got the values, we've got some brand new, we've got... You know what, I gotta tell you, I had such a huge response to the Museum Masterpiece Must Go collection. We have managed to go ahead, and I'm gonna keep that going for a few more days, because there are some incredibly important pieces you either have never seen or have only seen maybe once years ago. So I thought we'd bring some of those to you and keep that going, because when you're marking down pieces that normally are so exotic and so special they wouldn't have a price tag at all, and you could never normally shop for them, that's how you save a bundle and get something really special for your collection. So we have those today. I've actually got two in one show, if you can believe that. One is an incredibly important Kunzite independent, and the other is a cashmere sapphire. So direct out of, well, I can't say direct like we got it yesterday, because it hasn't been mined in over 100 years, but we do have a rare cashmere sapphire for you that is going to be on the way today. Looking forward to sharing that with you, as well as, gosh, there's a lot of brand new here in one of a kind, so it is going to be vital to dial in as early as you can when you see something you love in order to get those pieces. And yes, we do have a fabulous couple of blowouts too. A Brazilian Paraíba quartz, anyone? We've got 3 of those to mark down for you to make those incredibly affordable, as well as some of the rare Winzas in the bigger sizes set into rings. And of course, we've got, oh, my favorite piece of the show is actually a late arrival. It is a turquoise, and it is a classic, beautiful high-end round. And I got to tell you, we're going to be talking a lot about what's going on in the jewelry world. Of course, the big show just wrapped up on Monday, so got a little breaking news for you, and that is that I got to tell you, there's no other place to shop it here, because I was astounded. I mean, it's a wholesale show, but the price tags, not what I'm used to, not what you're used to. It's more money in wholesale. So I know, not a big surprise probably if you know the jewelry industry at all, but let me tell you, it's easier to sit back, relax, and shop here, and it's not only easier, it's saving you thousands and thousands of dollars. There was really, outside of the lab-grown world, there was really not much. So again, that's the way the jewelry shows are trending these days. It's the way the industry is trending, but we know that we all still are looking for that brand new and exotic and specialty, and of course, natural from the earth. So we've got all that for you, and the best of the best. So we're gonna start with a trillion cut in the moonstone. It's rare to see a trillion cut in anything, let alone this exotic gem. Take a look at that. It is 1130-732, and we've got plenty to share. Oh, good, Chris, you got the, hi, well, look at this. Jason, you got the pink memo. You've got a new do. The hair looks fabulous, by the way. Summer cut. Love it. Summer cut, feel a little cooler. And we're matching today, same exact color. All right, so we're good. But here we are. It's the 2 carat 39 trillion, and it is a wild one, isn't it? So many blues and greens and a little bit of gold in there as well, which is a little bit more unique. Look at those big diamonds too. I'm impressed by those diamonds on the sides. Thank you. That's going to be our 239. Look at that. That has actually got some of the more lively colors I've seen, but really getting into strictly the cooler tones, the blues, the greens, the turquoises, and even like that chartreuse, lime green, and emerald green. So anyway, I love this stone. It's a one only. That is it. It's our trillion. It's got 11 points in diamonds. That, by my calculation, would be 5.5 points a piece. So good size stones in the white or the yellow or the rose. And guess what? We've got, this is our first time seeing each other since the calendar turned to June. So happy June, everybody. I know we're a couple days in, but you know, it's what happens when we don't see you on Monday or Tuesday. So we are, hope your June is off to a fabulous start. And I know that one thing we will be seeing in the coming days are pearls. A lot of pearls for this month to celebrate this month's birthstone, one of them at least. But let's try this on so you can get a little better acquainted with the size, because you know the moonstones, they can be a little tricky. They can actually, they're gonna give you more carat weight than you would ever imagine based on the weight of what's on the screen. So 239, the carat weight. The look gives you quite a bit more than that. So we're excited to see this here, one only, and that's gonna be it. And that's the one you're getting. There's no other. That's it, that's all. So come on in on the early side. I know we're just getting our week started, so welcome on in. Thank you. I appreciate you all being here right here promptly at 5 or maybe 8 or whatever time it may be where you are. But just glad to have you. Glad that we're keeping each other company tonight as we get ready to celebrate some big values. When this one was, well, once upon a time it was $6,400. We're going to go a lot lower than that for you as well. It's going to be a lot easier to do than $64 or $63 or even $6,000. You know our fabulous moonstones. We go all out on the value. It is all about getting you that solid gold. If again you want to change to yellow or rose, we can make that happen. I think with so many of the cooler tones, I think that white gold's a great selection for it. But here's what we've offered: a major value. It's so funny as I look down on it, because I'm up above it and I'm looking down at the side profile of stone, and it looks like, I would think it was Paraíba. Just the colors it's glowing here from the sides and from the profile. It's beautiful. And it's got still a lot of that spark we look for in trillions, where it's a beautiful, bright, very vibrant type of stone, right? It's not dull at all. It's got a lot of pop to it. So we're going to make it better than $6,000 or even half that price at $3,000. It's not $29.99. We got a lot to talk about today, but of course, one of a kinds. And let's move this one out for $999 with the big diamonds. A 3-stone, but still a little bit different than your typical looks because it's got the big trillion in the middle. So really gives it some exotic. We've got some great markdowns today, I must say. Some of the pieces, I got to tell you, with a lot of new coming, but not necessarily all in the inventory yet, we have a lot of markdowns on pieces you've seen. Like, for example, do you remember this wider band ring with 2 carats in diamonds and 18 karat gold? I know I do. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to show this to you. We're going to mark this down. So if any of these look familiar, or maybe you've had not only your eye on them, but you've thought about them a little bit, there's a markdown coming your way on that one. That's that 2 carat and 18 karat gold. We've got a huge blue zircon round. That's been marked down. A new emerald. Emeralds have been hot of late. We've got tanzanite earrings. I did bring out our largest tanzanite in a ring. It's our 15¼ carat. So we'll see that as well. But let's get to a ruby, because we love a good ruby action, especially now that we are only 1 month away. We can say next month is ruby month. And look at this beautiful wider set heart. So item number 1131348 is here. And this is really unique because heart shapes can be all types of different proportions, but here certainly you're getting that shorter and wider, but still really a defined heart shape, which not a pear, not a pseudo heart, it really is a heart. So you've got also the halo emphasizing that, of course, and it's 1131348 with 18 karat gold. And then we've got the 87 pointer. Now this is another one that I would have guessed far larger just based on the look of it. 87 points in the heart shape, 26 points in the diamonds, and yet look at how beautiful in the bail as well. A little reverse action here just so you can see how finished it is. And it is just finished nicely as you would want it to be. But isn't there something we see in all the heart shape designs in the world, it seems like, all the heart shape cutouts and all of that? Well, what we're doing here is bringing the gemstone in the heart, and that makes it a little more exotic, especially when it comes to rubies, as you well know, because rubies don't like to be cut in many other different shapes besides simply an oval. So take a look at this. You've got that shape in an exotic here, and then let's give you a look at it from a distance away here, just to give you the measurement. 26 points is the diamonds in the bail and the halo. And then you have here about, that's about 5/8 of an inch top to bottom. Let's show it from a distance away as well, just so you can see another perspective. Maybe put it up against the neckline there so you can see it. It's red up against a lot of hot pink, so, but you can still make out that gorgeous color. And of course, it's a blue-red variety. That's what we look for out of Burma, which is almost exclusively what we offer and carry. So now we get this new discounted price. And by the way, 18 karat gold is lovely in a pendant. Not like you need to worry, because I think that it's challenging when you get 18 karat gold in a pendant in yellow gold, because it's going to be a big difference. You would need that 18 karat gold chain. With the white gold, it's still that higher purity, but it doesn't matter as far as a look as much. So if you have a 14 karat white gold chain, or quite frankly a sterling silver or a platinum, you're going to be okay. Still going to match for you. So that's, I think, really nice as well. But it's better than, no, it's not even that, $3,999. We're going to go a lot lower than that. And let's make sure that we have a really, look at the glow. The glow is incredible. It's a beautiful, highly translucent stone, which is rare. And we are looking forward to this one, brought down to also $999. Might as well. It's almost a 1 carat that is attainable in any other variety of ruby. If you're talking about Burma the best, forget about it. These are $20,000 a carat. We've just taken $3,000 off the price tag, and that is, again, next month's birthstone, which is fabulous, and 18 karat gold. So, hey, welcome, Kathy. Kathy in New York joining us here early. Thank you so much. We will have a fantastic time. I promise you that. And Risa's with us. Hey, Risa, she's also in New York, by the way. And thank you, Kirsten. Appreciate that. Hey, Tracy, thank you so much. Oh, good. You got your, oh, Oh, good. Taisha, I know a lot of you probably have received items from the weekend, so I would love to hear what you're thinking about those new arrivals that have just maybe arrived yesterday or today from maybe our Sunday show or Saturday show. So very excited for you, and hope you're loving everything. But here we go, $9.99. Got to keep moving. Now I have a really special earring. This reminds me a little bit of something I had for you on Sunday that were unfortunately only one pair. Now I'm so lucky to have two because, hey, I'll take it. That's a big difference. I mean, we usually have one of everything. So to have two available, maybe just as a gifting moment too, if you want to get one for yourself and one for somebody you love, maybe this is the way to go. And let me see if I can prop up all these diamonds for you. So this is a really special earring. And of course, we had a slightly different version for you the other day. It was actually over the weekend. And yet this is a little different because it's that elongated bar that's more of an elongated oval shape on both ends. So you get the top and the bottom, but then split by the fact it's got this little more of a paperclip link chain. This is an earring that's a drop that's still, I think, maintaining its casual status. I don't think that certain drop earrings certainly are warranted for very dressy occasions, very dressed up, over the top. I'm going out to that one special occasion a year, and I think other drop earrings can be more casual. I think this one certainly qualifies as that because it's that, just there's something almost light and airy about it, but still giving you diamonds and still giving you top quality. And then of course, the brilliance of the diamonds paired up with the flashes of the gold, because actually, I know we would think, given the choice here, it's probably the diamonds that get the lead on the sparkle factor, but the gold being that link that you have actually does give you quite a bit of shine. So it is holding its own against those diamonds. So you're getting multiple looks and such a pretty way that that shimmers on your ear. It's the first thing people notice is usually the earring. So always nice to have a good one. And we're taking a look at one here. So how about this? A better value on 112-7844. There's 31 points in your diamonds here. So an incredible amount of diamonds as far as just, again, keeping it light and airy, simple and elegant. Wearable is kind of the key here. And then you've got that really special look. And don't forget about our Trillion Moonstone and our ruby heart shape. And, you know, first couple items of the day, they take a minute, and then the parade of shoppers keeps coming in. But when we're looking at 31 points, they're all round brilliance, and you've got rows that are set together. But that oval shape is so pretty. And talk about great elongation. We're also going to give you 14 karat gold, a post and butterfly back. The length of it is to be determined here. Like to verify that 1.25 inches. Always like to do it again for you. But this is really important, and you see how, again, very narrow 1.25 inches is the drop length. There's the post, not quite at the very top. So it should give you full piercing coverage as well. But in the yellow gold only, that is how they'll stay. But check this out. I think they're so really fabulous and wearable. And yet look at how they just shimmer in the light. There's such a beauty about them, the way that they're actually, again, diamonds and the gold, the mirror finishing, and that paperclip link. There are, what, 3 links in between, and they're all set in different directions. So no matter the angle that somebody happens to see the earring, they're always going to give you this flash and brilliance that's just beyond. So we love that too. And they're under $1,000 as well. So you get this huge value on them. They're not even $9.99, don't you think? Casual but drop but casual. I think that's really what's important here, and that shimmering look, diamonds top and bottom. Let's go back to the wheel and give you a great value, better than $9.99. This is a perfect earring in solid gold. Talk about timeless, but also updated. Feels very much on trend with what's happening with this whole link versus diamonds. Get them together and get this really fabulous and fashionable look. And there's just nothing more chic, I don't think, than that look right there. Diamonds and gold, and yet paired up so you can really see each one emphasized and beautifully set up there. But let's do better than $9.99. You ready? We got 2 available. I say we give you almost the 2 fur. And that means like a buy one, get one almost, or at least as close as I can do. And buy one, get one's more reserved for things like, I don't know, little basic trinkets and things like that. Maybe something you're shopping for in the grocery aisle. Not usually in fine jewelry, but we're making sure this can go as affordable as possible. Get these earrings quickly. Obviously, there's very little I can bring you that's this affordability, so it's a great time to pick it up. And by the way, it's less than even $888 or $777 or $699. This is really a tall order to make anything in fine jewelry a price tag like that. So it's pretty exciting to see already $699 come into play, and then yet we're going to go even lower. And remember, 2 pairs, so if you want to get them both, please do. And then you've got the makings of great gifting ideas. It's still graduation season, kind of depends on where you live. That's still ongoing, and again, we're always celebrating different milestones in life. So here we are with a $599 price tag instead, as we hope to get those gorgeous gold and diamond earrings out to 2 of you, or 1 of you who wants both. So that'll be it on the incredible drop earrings. We've got a really specialty imperial topaz today. We've got that gorgeous diamond ring. I will bring you a large ruby. in a pear shape, so something else in a ring, but then we're going to see some purple Paraiba and some tanzanite drop earrings. And does anyone think they could handle a 15.25 carat tanzanite ring? Because I know usually that's a size that we only see in a pendant. Look what I have here. It's really here. That stunning blue wing block D 15.25 carat stone in the bridge, no less. So that's here. And I like to give you little previews of what is to come in the show. And that way, if you are a little crunched for time or you want to go ahead and pick them up right away and get the deal before somebody else swoops in and gets it before you, good time to do it. So let me know if anything I flashed there is of interest to you. Well, it sounds like one pair's gone and one pair's left on the earring front. Now we've got a brand new kunzite as well, some blue zircon drop earrings. You let me know what you're thinking about on this Wednesday night. And then that turquoise, we will be getting to that really important Brazilian Paraiba in quartz. Our Brazilian Paraibas are last call. We have no new ones coming in because there are no loose stones. So you know that our jewelry is primarily made up of our collection of stones. Are they both gone or just one? Just one gone, one left, as I said. So here's the other thing to remember is that this is where we make all of our own jewelry. We don't supply, we don't worry about like what other vendors are doing, what other dealers are doing, and we don't rely on 18 people before us. We cut out all that nonsense and just literally say we can do it ourselves. Now, obviously, if everybody could make their own jewelry, everybody would, but that's really the beauty of what we do as far as value, but it's also a great way to really regulate the quality and make sure the quality is consistent for you across the board. But really, the big advantage is the value. And I gotta say, when we run out of stones out of a private collection, just like we're doing with Blue Wing Block D, or as we have recently done with our Brazilian Paraibas in quartz, when the stones are gone loose, there's nothing we can make any further because that is how it all begins. It begins with a loose stone. It inspires a design. We make it here in-house. It's what we can do to bring you the most direct values possible in the world of fine jewelry. So it really is last call. When you know there's a stone that is no longer available to us to make any jewelry out of, that's going to be gone. So take that into consideration when we're about to look at our big blowout on last call Brazilian Paraibas in the quartz. All right, let's move on. One pair left. Leave them for me and I won't be mad, okay? If you do decide to leave that last pair here, I know somebody very near and dear who is going to take those and give them a great home. And I'm not even giving them as a gift. I'm just gonna wear those myself. I love those earrings. So let's do something in a really big band. And by the way, ruby and emerald, yes, we've got all the big three. But look at this emerald today that's brand new. One of the cleanest I've ever seen. And it's also a fairly large size. So we're going to see that as well. Do you remember the huge blue zircon round? I actually have a pair of rings to match it, but I was excited to see this one. I'm going to give this a reduction in price today because I know there's been a lot of you thinking about it. We'll do the Brazilian Paraiba in quartz coming up at the bottom of this hour, so it's about 12 minutes away. And then I got to show you maybe the rock star value of the entire night. I like to make sure we got everybody with us, but this is one of those that you know there's going to be a, well, when you see the price tag, you know it's a gimme, so it's going to be one of those that is definitely going to go. But I cannot think of a better value today than what's in front of me here with 113-1319. And this specialty cut, which we've seen in earrings, in rings, but not in a pendant as of yet, this is my radiant, and it's a very specialty. It's still not a normal radiant. Normal radiants still leave a center void, and they have all their flashes on the east and west sides of the stone. Here, it's really, if you look, all the cutting stems from the very center point of the stone, the right there in the middle, you see it. 18 karat gold is the upgrade. So we've got your 18 karat white gold, and it's finished in the back. Look at that, how pretty, and there's your stamp. Then you've got, this is that multi-row or multi-dimensional triple halo. You're thinking, I see two, what's wrong? It's a third halo on the sides. There are two up front, one on the profile. So it's 3 halos wrapping around your 4 karat 01 stunning specialty radiant and 62 points in diamonds, no less. Gotta keep it carried through here. So we kept them going through the bail as well. And then all this beauty. Look at this from a distance. Nice size too, but not oversized. So as you look at it on the hand, you will see that's what it looks like from a distance. These really true orchids, the pinks and the purples in concert together. And then look at this. There is your length. It is I'll say 7/8 of an inch, just under an inch, top to bottom length. Let's take a look at it this way from a distance. It just gives you another perspective on the size of the piece. And then you can see that gleam and glow coming from this specialty cutting in the stone. Could not be prettier, could not be better. And we've got a blowout for you on this one as well. Let's take another look at it up close. Get yourselves on the phone lines. We only have one and it stays in the white gold. So it'll go out tomorrow. And then you pop on your favorite white metal chain, whatever it is. Could be anything as we discussed earlier. Doesn't even need to be gold. I mean, I'm not going to tell anybody. You can do anything you want. But the value is one of our best. And that's why it's early. And that's why I'm prefacing it with come on in, because this is one of the bigger values I think we have of the entire show tonight. I was just stunned. I sell a lot of jewelry here. I show a lot of jewelry here. I have been around a lot of jewelry for a lot of years, almost 3 decades. And I got to say, this is one I was fully expecting to be at least $49.99 on a great day with a wonderful price tag. And it's nowhere near that. Nowhere near. Trust in the value. When I was saying low, low, we trust, because I know where I'm taking this, so I know how low it is. This is where you might not. You probably are expecting maybe even best case scenario, it's $29.99. That's a value. That's not what I'm asking. I'm going to show you how vital it is to be on the lines ready to go early tonight, because with these, I told you, we have a lot of markdowns. We have a lot of big markdowns. I'm going to bring you one new diamond band. The rest is pretty much, you've seen it. We're just going to bring it on down in price tag. So it's like a big clearance show without any special occasion attached to it. Here it is, not $29, not $19.99, specialty cutting. This is, again, when we have a one of a kind, this is the exact piece you receive at home in the next day or two, and yet it's not even 19. That's the value we would see every single day on the best case scenario front. I'm going to do better. And we're going to watch this one fly, and then we'll have probably a dozen people who miss out. That's going to be just kind of the reality of the nature of what we do with our one-of-a-kind stones. These are those fancy cuts. I even love that. Anyone else notice that the crown faceting is a little exaggerated as well? There's usually one beveled edge. This is like a triple beveled edge, which are the crown facets there. Between the table facet, which is centered up, that rectangle you see reflecting there, but then all the way to the very edge of the stone, those are the crown facets. Even that is specialty done. So this is not like something you're going to find anywhere else. And yet it's not 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, $14.99. Nobody in the world does a 4-carat kunzite. And we've put it in 18 karat and given it almost 2/3 of a carat in the VS diamonds and the 18 karat, and they're around the side. So you see those diamonds. I should say everyone else sees them. Even you will see them from the profile, because as you look down at the piece, as everyone sees them from the side, it's not even $1,499. Here come all the calls. First caller that says yes. It's $1,399 only. And that's why I know it's going to go, because that's one big old mistake. And that's kind of just, again, we could call it that, or we could just say, no, that's what we're doing all day. We're going to bring you an entire evening of these types of values. And this one is brand new. So pretty excited to have that one in the show here tonight. Now, we also have a really rare imperial. I've got some gorgeous blue zircon drop earrings. Since our other drop earrings are already very popular, we've got blue zircon drops. Who wants the kunzite pendant? We're not leaving that here. Not at $13.99. I know it's early and all, but that's the value that there's a lot of people who understand that you've got it. Congratulations, that's gone. And then let me show you our new markdown on this gigantic. I get it, it's not going to be overloaded with diamonds, which I think a lot of us actually prefer, because it really makes the piece itself overall very wearable. Jason, did you pick up that last pair of earrings? No, okay. So we still have one pair of the diamond drop earrings, but now we're getting into another big blowout here. 113-1099 is the number. Kunzite gone, one pair of earrings gone, and one pair of earrings left from our diamond selection in that gold. But here it is. This is a new markdown. I know you've seen it several times. It's our 5-carat 77. Could not be prettier. Watch this as it appears up to your eye level, because this wheel is not happy tonight. So there it is. It's our 577. It's a mega stone, 16 points in the diamond weight, in the yellow or white or rose. Go ahead and choose your gold color. And then there's that mirror finishing on the side, little fingerprints, but that's because I just handled it here. So let me polish that up for you as I'm going to get ready to try this on as well, so you can see how a 577 is going to translate to the hand here. And from your distant view, as you see it there, this will be a much better value than where it's been in the past. It was $79.99 where it began. Then on a sale show, I brought it down to $59.99. That was crazy. But here's the deal. Going lower right here, right now. All you need to do is dial. That's it. That's all you got to do is dial. You're going to be very happy. Look at all the people that missed out on the kunzite just a moment ago. Here we are. So that is really, really special. And then we're going to take this down from 59 and take it even lower. So this is really, really stunning. And yet this round is so important, isn't it? It's important, it's impressive, it's larger, it's got the diamonds on the sides. This is what we call burnishing, when the diamonds are set in that same plane as the gold itself. So everything is smooth, not a prong needed in any of those diamonds. And it's not even close to 59 or 49 or 39. Who's taken thousands of dollars backwards off your price to get everything out the door. That's really the idea here. That's all we got to do is just move out jewelry today. I'm kind of taking this time here this Wednesday, giving you a closeout clearance type of 3 hours. It is going to be, I mean, you've seen it already. If you've watched any of these items presented, you know, soon to be Brazilian tourmaline, Brazilian Paraíba tourmaline, as a matter of fact, in quartz on blowout. But first, got to get this one at home. And this is not $39 or even $29. Actually, that's what we're going to do is $29.99 on this one, and then we're going to move on because I think that one's already gone as well, because you know this is how it's going. Everyone's saying sold quickly because you know these price tags are the best of the best. And then here's the earring that would pair up well with it as far as I'm concerned, because it's a cushion cut square, but look at the coloring, and then what do you think? That would be a great match, because cushion cut squares are a lot like rounds, and they're just always a little, we're asking a lot of it here to do a little balance. I gotta say those look a lot like rounds to me, but you know, it says cushion cut, okay. They sometimes, the corners are hidden by prongs, but here it just looks like a straight up round. So I think you got the perfect match to the ring, as a matter of fact, but I just thought those are brand new. So we've seen the ring in the past, but something to consider if you do pick up the ring. And I think we're verifying on that ring now, but let's just get you the whole package deal, because you could wait a long, long time and never get a match pair like this. And I mean pair of jewelry, like just the items we have, the pair of earrings with the ring that match up so perfectly together. That is what this is all about. And maybe if I just take each one down, obviously we've done the discounting from $20 down to $29.99 on the ring. We're going to take the earrings, which have 413. We'll go 113, 1256. That is the earring item number, and that's going to be 4 carats 13 with 18 points in diamonds. Those are also that pave setting in elongated marquise kind of shape. We're going to blow them out right now so that you can go ahead and pair them up together if you'd like. Get the whole set as a complimentary suite, if you will. And how sweet it is when you've got two of the rarest stones. I mean, think about it. Blue zircon's been mined out for some time. Only one source ever out of Cambodia. That was the only hope of ever getting it, was out of that one source. And we know the rarity of one source stones. We know tanzanite is a one source stone, but it's still producing. We didn't have the luxury of getting as much of the blue zircons. There wasn't nearly the prolific nature of that mine. There wasn't nearly as much yield. So even though we know it's already gone, but it's also, when you look back at what there actually was overall, just not a lot of options when it comes to the blue zircon. So to have a suite like this that does match the way it does, very, very important. And the earrings are a rarity because why? You're matching up two identical stones. Perfect cutting, perfect color matching. There can be some degrees of color variation with your zircons, and it's just simply not happening here. They're perfectly matched, and they go with the ring. So let's bring the earrings down from that there we go, $59.99. So the whole set together should be $12,000, and we're not doing that. We're not even going close. We've already got the ring under $3,000. Now we're taking the earrings even lower than $59,000. Come on in. You don't have to get them both, but just an option, and seeing them together shows you how beautifully they pair up. And then here's the length. So they're about what we saw with those diamond earrings a moment ago, right in that, just around an inch, maybe a little more. We'll show you here with the measurement. Then I'll pop one on the ear for you as well. They are exactly an inch, I would say, maybe an inch and an eighth there. And then there's that post, again, not at the very top, butterfly backing as well. I'll pop one on the ear, and then they're not even $59, $49, $39, or $29. Now the two in the earrings is going to be actually less than the ring itself. And then this is what they look like on. They are exquisite, aren't they? That pop of color, that bright as can be turquoise, goes with everything. We have turquoise. Turquoise is a great stone too, but this is that way to get turquoise color, but that really in-depth sparkle and that beautiful double refraction. We rely so heavily on zircons because very few stones in the world are going to give us that double refraction. This one does, and just pairs up well with every single color, and they're not even, wow, they're not even $2,000. Blowing them out right now, $1,999 on the blue zircon earrings, and that's only one pair, and they are huge. Over 2 carats on each. They are the rounds. They say cushion cut. They are not. They are rounds. And we're going to give them a quick look close up one more time and see who's got them. Very, very important earring there, no doubt. And the way they match with that ring is everything. So you could get the whole set for under $5,000. Pretty impressive when you think about the stones are gone. This is the best color. That's that really bright turquoisey pop. They're not overly blue. That's not really what we look for blue zircons to do. I say if you're looking for a true like royal blue or a navy blue. If you're looking for navy blue, go with London blue topaz. If you're looking for royal blues and bright cornflower blues, go with sapphire. If you want those electric turquoisey blues, that's where you go with the zircon. And of course, electricity is really what it provides visually because you have that brilliance. All right, we also have a larger stud earring in gold and diamonds only, which are very seldom seen around here. We don't do a lot of just straight up gold and diamonds, but we got a pair today. Plus, we're gonna blow out a purple Paraíba that's also in a pendant, although I do also have a ring that would go nicely with it. So we've got all kinds of paired up match sets for you, but again, doesn't need to be the whole kit and caboodle. So you can take what you like, but those earrings, $19.99. Again, the ring, $29.99. So look at those fabulous earrings at $19.99. Incredible for those size zircons. And then we've also got some bigger diamond earrings. I'm gonna flash some of the earrings because I probably got my earring lover's attention right now. So as we are getting ready for our Brazilian Paraíba blowout, I do want to remind you that coming up later this evening, look at this. This is a diamond button style, all with baguettes and rounds together. It's going to give you, looks like 5 carats in diamonds in one earring. I don't know how, but it's a carat 60 overall. Will get you great value on those. Also, if you like earrings, tanzanite drops are here, but I also have something in yellow gold too, which is going to be this style, which can be worn multiple different ways. This beautiful little, looks like wave design and mirror finishing of the gold with the diamonds on the other side. So we will see that as well. All right, coming up, that's just a little preview, but I know it's the bottom of the hour. So we got to talk about beautiful Brazilian Paraíba, the original find, the original source, the original ever. Welcome to the show, everybody. Glad you're with us. Halfway through hour number 1 of 3 that we have with you. And again, very glad you're with us because otherwise, who's going to be able to see all these great values? This is why you're here, to take advantage of these drops in prices while they're still available. So I have 3 incredible stones here. Now, this is a very, very important stone. Obviously, we see the straight up Brazilian Paraíbas on occasion, but they are very small. I'm not talking about 1 carat. I'm talking about usually 2 or 3 points. They don't give a lot of size when it comes to genuine Brazilian Paraíba. So this original find generally produced a much stronger color than we're used to seeing out of the Africana material, but it does definitely come in only smaller sizes. So one of the solutions, if that doesn't work for you, a 2, a 3, a 4 pointer may not be what you and I are all ready to wear in jewelry. So this is really the solution, how you get a bigger example of this really rare, because it is the original find ever. Back in 1989, this was discovered by Mr. Hector Barbosa, and he was actually credited with the discovery and then was involved for several years thereafter of getting the word out essentially and getting the stone out as well. And it wasn't long until it hit the Tucson marketplace. That was the first time it ever debuted in a gem trade fair, long before really the word was out about this discovery. And that was really, the word traveled very quickly because that's really how it got introduced to the collector's world. And of course, never really made it to retail because there's just, again, very little of it. So if you are somebody like myself who likes a little bit more prominent piece of jewelry, really this is one of the more cool and organic ways to get it, because this Paraíba, which is still Paraíba, is in its rough state within another gemstone, which you and I wear a lot. Do you wear an amethyst, a citrine? Do you like that colorless quartz or silver topaz? If you're familiar with that stone, that is still the natural gemstone element here that happened to be in the ground and growing in crystal structure, and then that was present where this Brazilian Paraíba was also discovered. So you've got the Brazilian Paraíba growing within a quartz gem. I think a lot of people are confused by how 2 stones can be together like this and think it's an aftermarket process. It's not. This is not something we infused or we put together. There's all kinds of silly, weird, kind of crazy treatments out there and things that happen now more than ever. I got to tell you, when you go to a fine jewelry show that's all about fine jewelry and you don't see any fine jewelry for 2 days, it's kind of, it's definitely jarring, and it definitely gets your attention as, okay, where is this trade going? So it becomes even more exciting, I think, to go with these throwbacks that are still so unique and so really, really rare. So we're going to show you 3 of them. They're all good size stones, and actually the great news is the markdowns. These are really important individual pieces, obviously, but they have been, because of their, of course, their history, their legacy, their importance, their lore, they've been a little bit more pricey. So we're just going to bring these 3 down and give you a last call. Now, one of them is actually in rose gold. The other 2 are in the white gold. So also some different looks just depending on how they're paired up with their gold. But let's take a look at our first one here in the rose gold. And there you can see, where you see that bright turquoisey pop, that is the genuine Brazilian Paraíba. Tourmaline, the original find. And then And for the record, I've never seen any of this material come out of Mozambique or Nigeria. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the only place, which was Brazil in the original find, to get this material in the quartz like you're seeing. But then look at how big these rings are. First of all, that's the thing I love, is that all three rings are giving us a very large design. I mean, that just in the gold alone, and then the diamonds, you're getting a lot of overall jewelry, not just presence of Paraíba. So there are your three choices. These are going to be highly reduced because we're just going to, it's one of those situations where we're looking in the last couple of days, what's really been the mission here is, as we've been going through inventory, when we didn't see you on the air, what we've been doing is really looking at what needs to be melted down, because obviously gold is still pretty pricey. And so in order to continue to manufacture jewelry and give it to you at values that you love and that you rely upon us bringing better values than anyone literally on the planet, what we're doing is we're really going through the inventory and having to melt quite a bit of it. So taking stones out, taking diamonds out, and then melting down the gold designs so that we can repurpose that gold. It sounds strange, but that's exactly what happens in the gold world. You can melt gold and obviously, you know, create new jewelry. So it's nothing like, okay, this is a weird kind of upcycle, recycle situation. That's just how it works. So most of your gold jewelry has probably had been gold pieces from prior that were melted down. So that's just how you can do it. But isn't it a great thing that we have that ability? So we can get around today's gold prices, not have to go out and spend $5,000. If we did, our prices would be vastly different. So I don't think anybody's up for that. So here we are as we look at some very large rings that were all basically set aside as, okay, these need to be melted because there's a lot of gold payoff here. Instead, I want to give you one last chance. There was a lot of time and love and care put into each and every one of the designs, but selecting the stone. And like I said, there's no more of the Brazilian Paraíba in quartz that we can make jewelry out of. So this would be your last call to get any of the above here. But let's give you the great value because obviously there's an incentive. And that incentive is the blowout price I'm about to give. So the price tag of old, which was sitting here at over $4,999 on the three, we're going to take them much lower for you just to send them out. It's just a matter of who can be first, who can get in on their favorite and get it before it's gone to somebody else, because they will go. Take a look. So we're going to just walk you through carat weights, although I think it's less about the carat weight, more about the pattern you like. But if you like, let's start here on the left side, if you like this pear shape, and all three are pairs, so it is a trio of pairs, but that is going to be our 144 with 45 points in diamonds. Very hefty, substantial gold mounting. Then we go to the rose gold. That's a 173, so we've jumped up in size. 173 with 53 points in diamond, double halo in the rose. They all stay as they are. And then we go here, our pear shape on the right is our 147. Almost the identical carat weight to the left side. Also in white gold, it stays 147 with 46 points in diamonds. Now that would be the widest ring, the longest ring, the largest overall. And I would say it's got the most Paraíba crystal as well, just at least visually. So here's the time to pick up your favorite. Let's go ahead and blow them out, one of each. As they are, sizing. That's the only thing we need to know is what size would you like. We'll make that happen for you for free. But it's a really good time to jump in because I don't think anybody wants to spend $49.99. If you did, they'd be gone already. They would have been presented in the past and sold in the past. And instead, we're going much, much lower for you to take them on down. Again, it's a sell it or melt it deal. That's really what this blowout is about. If they don't go, we melt it down. I'm not mad at that, but hey, there's a lot of time and effort, beautiful handwork and labor that was put into each and every one of them, and they are an incredibly rare stone. So I'd love for you to be able to add one to your collection, especially if you don't have one as of yet. And let's face it, you would never get this size Brazilian Paraíba otherwise. Even in the most expensive piece of Brazilian Paraíba jewelry I've ever had, it was our very first museum masterpiece a few weeks ago. You might remember it was a bracelet. Even that had about a carat 60 in total weight in Brazilian Paraíba. So not all that much Brazilian Paraíba. This is the way you get more. And by the way, that bracelet was what, $40,000 to $50,000? Great value. Should have been gone. Sold in the wholesale marketplace. But the good news is it's here for less in a ring, so you can try it and discover it. Maybe you're also in the gold business. Maybe you want to take it for the gold mounting. The way we're going with these price tags, second to none on value. Take a look at it. We're going to go even lower than $49.99. They will not be. Your choice of, come on in. Don't be shy about being on the phone lines here early. There is nothing to lose, everything to gain. All you can do is dial. If you wait, you run the risk of missing out entirely, and that is no fun, especially when you're I think, unaware of where we're taking this and how low they're going, because we see the big mountings. They're big, they're oversized, there's a lot of diamond weight. Let's go lower than $39.29 or $19.99 and really move them out the door. Which one's your favorite? Pear shape, or pear shape, but really white gold, rose gold, white gold, bigger overall here, maybe a little bit more hefty in the gold weight. Love the bezel and the pave diamonds on the left side. Classic double halo. Love the Brazilian Paraíba and the rose gold. That looks great. Let's go lower than 19 though. I feel you. We got to go a lot lower. We're going to just give away some jewelry tonight. It's the mission for the next 220, and that's 2 hours and 20 minutes. So let's go for it. Not even do $1,500. You know the gold is worth so much more than that. I know I do, because I'm in this factory every day and we're working real hard to make jewelry, but it never goes this low as far as just creating the gold that you've got in those mountings, the gold alone. Forget about the diamonds and then this really rare Brazilian Paraíba. Let's go even lower than 15, 14, or $13.99. They got to go. You got 60 seconds to shop them. Let's make them all the way down to $1,299 a piece while they last. It's going to be it, my friends. That's all we can do to make sure those disappear at $1,299. Huge value there. And you just got to call if you'd like to have those in your collection. It's a fabulous way to go. And don't forget, we have several pieces like the Trillion Cut Moonstone and the Heart-Shaped Ruby and the Blue Zircon set that are still here and available for you. So that's something to consider. I hope you will. And then I didn't even tell you about this big diamond special that's happening today. Tonight, we have a diamond special on a brand new ring that in 10 years of broadcasting, we have never had anything like it. We're going to bring you something really extra special. I've never even, well, there's one very chic place that I don't like to shop because I can't afford what they do, but I love to look. And I got to tell you, they do a ring almost identical. Theirs is over $22,000. I'm going to bring it to you for the first time ever. Classic, chic, diamond band, wearable every day, but there's something different about this diamond band that you have not seen us do ever before. So even if you've watched every show I've done for a decade here, you have not seen what we're going to bring you here in a little bit, okay? And then we've got our big 15-karat tanzanite. Let me know if you'd like to know more about that one. Are these ready to melt? We're all good. Y'all cool letting those skate by and take out those stones? And I guess those stones, well, those stones are actually, they're not even stones we can repurpose, because those stones were actually promised. There's a museum that we work with our tanzanite. They currently have 3 of our tanzanites. Our Blue Wing Block D Museum Reserve is on display currently over in Europe, and they would like to have those stones as well as a great tribute to the Brazilian Paraíba. So I know that there's a museum curator who's in line for those stones, just loose. So again, melting those down and then donating those stones. So when I say donating, I'm talking about lending them out. They're on loan for a few years, then they come right back. So here we go. That's last call, $12.99. All right, we're going to move on to some more earrings, and then let me know left, right, or center, whatever you like there. And then we also have this big diamond band. Don't forget about that big diamond band in 18 karat gold. This one is, I know we tried. It's been weeks of trying to get this back from the designer. I was able to do that for you. So we do have that large diamond band coming, and then we have this really special purple Paraíba. Let me show you the gold earrings, though, that are so fabulous, because gold earrings, everything is plated out there. I mean, we were at the biggest, wholesale trade show there is for jewelry, and yet everything within reason, I mean, there's like 99% of the trade was just plated metals and faux gems. Yeah. Left side, sure. This one, you got it. That's that 45-point diamond mounting. That's how it's finished in the back. That's 1128127, and that's our 144 with 45 points in diamonds. So that should be gone. There it is from the front, and you see most of the Brazilian Paraíba crystal concentrated towards that top of the point there, and then you've got great finishing in the back. So pave and bezel set diamonds. It's a very heavy mounting, by the way, and I'll try it on for you as well, just in case you've never seen this mounting. It presented it hundreds of times, but if you have yet to see it on the hand, there it is. I know at this point, probably trying on rings is completely superfluous, because I think y'all know these rings, and these mountings are ones that are tried and true favorites that we've seen for years and years and years. But, still, just in case there's someone brand new watching, because there always are, we'd like to make sure we see them in all the perspectives. All right, earring time is here. So we've got these gorgeous gold and diamond earrings. And we rarely do anything like this at this point, and it's really challenging to find anything like this also out in the world because, like I was saying, it's mostly all just, there's a lot of funky stuff going on out there and not much really fine jewelry. And the fact is, everyone's still calling it fine, but just because it's plated with a precious metal does not make it fine jewelry. That's just not part of the definition of fine jewelry. But we here are really proud. It's so funny because, you know, usually back in the day when a trade show wrapped up, it was all about the first couple days of coming back. It'd be all about reporting back to you, kind of like I used to do in my news days, where it was all reporting back of, okay, here's what's happening on price points, and here's what everyone's charging for this. Honestly, there's really very little to compare it to anymore because everything is really different from what we bring. There's a lot of plated metals and a lot of lab grown. So it's really, well, there's not a lot to compare to. So we're excited to have this beautiful earring, which is solid yellow gold, diamonds on one side. There's a beautiful way you can turn them and really change the look when they're on the ear. But a center post and a butterfly backing is going to allow you to give a different look every time. Yes. Who got that one? Thank you, Mary. Enjoy it. She's going to love the feel. That we know is really one of our heavier mountings we do. So thank you, Mary. Now we've got 112-7849 here, and those other two, we're all cool with those being melted? All right. So here we are with our last call on this earring. This is also one that, like I said, pretty much everything in the show. Sell it or melt it time. It's 112-7849 here, and we're talking about a really good yellow gold earring. It does stay in the yellow gold here. 14 karat, 43 points though, so you're getting quite a bit of diamond weight. I'm going to come in even closer so we can really look at the pave. I love looking at every last little, even if it's micro prongs, I like to see how they're made. It's the beauty of these up close and personal magnified viewpoints is you really get to know your jewelry very well before it even arrives at home. And this is 43 points. Now, again, you could spin it any way you want. I like the idea personally of having this squared off shape at an angle. So when it's on the ear, you're getting more of that pointed kind of look, so it gives you a little more length. And I think then it can be a half and half situation where when you look at it this way, this is my personal preference, I like the idea of putting it upright like this. So you've got the diamonds on one side and the gold scalloping on the other. I think that's a really pretty look. And then you're going to decide diamonds on the inside or the outside of your ear as you wear them. But here's the length. If you do decide to wear it that way, they're ½ an inch. There's that center post, and that's going to come with a butterfly backing. So I'll show you on just in this one perspective here. This is how I would do it personally, which is why I just went ahead and grabbed this one. I love the gold because it kind of flares out. So I love the gold on the outside and the diamonds on the inside, but of course you can switch that up if you want to. But you can see a lot of lobe coverage here is what you're getting. It's a definite larger button style earring, and it will not be. Ooh, I love that we're doing these at a new price tag, because when they were $24.99, I got to be honest, I just don't think there's a lot of us out there that are going to say, ooh, that's a good deal. I mean, that's just designer jewelry for you. But as we take a look close up, I think that, you know, just that's why we've got a pair or two here and we're ready to get them out the door. And maybe that's the good gift idea you want. And there's all that mirror finishing in the gold, and the yellow gold is so fabulous and fine. That just picks up a shine like no other. Yellow gold and mirror finishing, especially when you have scallop details. What a way that looks. And not $2,000 or $1,999. Y'all agree with me, right? I think $2,500 is it's great for all the other places that are selling jewelry out there. That's great, and I think anywhere else that'd be considered a big old value. Here, not exactly what we consider a value. We all have a high expectation for value, and with that high expectation, we expect a little tiny low price, and that's what you're getting. So instead of $1,900 or even $1,500, this is also our last look at these earrings. So a very last call, if you'd like to get them, now's the time, is now or never, and we're gonna make those only, you know what, just skip $14.99. Let's go all the way down, triple digits, $999 on those fabulous earrings. So wearable and so very chic. They really do deliver some style, don't they? They really feel like the gold earrings we would see from yesteryear as far as the size that they're giving you. They're giving you such balance and such really good look from a distance. It's not the little stud that goes unnoticed, because it's not a little stud. It's that bigger size. And by the way, if you are a fan of the famous by the yard styles, I know, get excited, because a lot of people are thinking, oh, don't tell me diamonds by the yard are back. No, they're not. They're not back. What we're bringing you is something even more exotic and something you probably don't own, and we're bringing to you coral by the yard. What I feel is your summertime everyday necklace that you're going to then not stop wearing when it turns into fall and when it turns into wintertime, because this is, to me, the ultimate year-round stone. that feels very, very fresh right now, especially done in this type of application where we have loved diamonds by the yard. We love any of these styles, this whole concept of by the yards. I don't think there's a day that goes by. It may be, if I'm really thinking about it properly, I think it may not be an hour that goes by that I don't get a request from one of you asking for something in a by the yard category that is other than diamonds, because we're all loving the diamond version and we want to see other varieties for stacking, for layering, for gifting, all of the above. That is what I have here for you. Now, granted, we don't have that many left. So this is going to be also last call. We're hearing that a lot today. This is our coral by the yard. It's literally rounded coral beads. Think of like a pearl shape. You're getting Mediterranean coral, not in a cabochon, which would cut down the carat weight. Instead, they're these huge, well, I'm not gonna say huge, they're not big, but when you consider how endangered coral is and the fact that most stones are very small, they are large beads where you can see them from a distance, but this is coral by the yard, where they're gonna go entirely around an adjustable necklace in yellow gold only, which is, to me, the match with this stone, because this, like we do, is only the higher end of the coral. It's not that light, and there's nothing wrong with the angel skin coral. It's really pretty, it's very feminine. It's a light, though, ivory color. It's almost ivory blush pink. There's very little color to the angel skin coral. This is the way to get the ultimate high-end quality in coral, where it's not even yellow, it's not even orange, it's really red. And that is the color. I did that with nails this week because I was like, you know what, well, there's a reason, but I won't get into that. But for a special occasion on Saturday. But there is, again, what can be orangey red sometimes, again, is we all know a lot of reds. Some are blue red, some are pinky red, some are purple reds. This is really, when you get good coral, it should look more red than it does orange. And that's exactly what these beads do. So it really is stunning, goes with everything, great casual. You know, a lot of people think about collars and that's too dressy for every day. Watch how this looks on the hand. We've only got a few left, and you may even want to get more than one because, well, it is just so wearable. And so every age, every look, every style, 111-6380. So also goes back a long time as far as when this was first made, and you're not even seeing all of it yet because this is 880 in coral. They literally go all the way around, all about 1.5 inches or 2 inches apart, all the way until you have that adjustability. And you can see, I mean, this is a really orangey red in the sunlight, what I'm doing for this week for nails, but honestly, it's the same color here as the coral where it's reading more red. And that's the key. This is 880 of coral, 16, 17, 18 inches, solid 14 karat yellow gold. This is when I feel like maybe I should just, I feel like maybe I should take off the blazer and just wear it with just bare skin because it's so, like, again, summertime, we're shedding clothes, meaning we're wearing more open necklines, and maybe you're wearing more tanks and more sleeveless and exposing that neckline, where this against a skin tone, whether you're really fair, whether you're a little bit golden brown, whatever it is, this is that really stunning look up against the skin. You could layer them up. I mean, obviously we gave you the great adjustability. Put them on together, wear several at a time. Look at that, it's gorgeous, and it's cash. This isn't like super overly dressy, fancy, oh my gosh, give me whatever. But yet, if you're going out on your yacht and you're, you know, gonna go spend a day and, you know, spend a couple $100,000 just going on a little excursion out in the ocean for a few hours, you know, full chef, bar, everything else, 100 of your closest friends, it also works for that. Like, you want to look like $1 million, this does. But it's still casual, it's still wearable, it's still, okay, I'm just running errands today. Today I'm wearing a button down and jeans, great. Pop this on. I don't think it ever needs to come off your neckline. And it's so affordable, not $19.99, where a gold chain right now can easily, when it's especially, even when it's diamond cut like this, that's one thing. But when you've got all these different stones, and if you go all the way around 2, 4, 6, 8 different stones, so you figure they're each about 1 carat a piece, so that's really critical. Like I said, they're not these little tiny little indescript stones. They're completely rounded beads. So when you see it front and back, look, there is no front or back. You can have it on this way, you can have it on this way. They're perfectly round, and that's wonderful as well. Not 19 and not $9.99 either. This is our last call on our coral by the yard. Mediterranean, precious, endangered as well. Very little coral left. There's hardly any being yielded from the Mediterranean, which is where the best comes from. This is literally an organic stone, so it comes from the living organism that is coral. Coral, how do you think it's harvested? It's from the it's a living being in the ocean. and this out of the Mediterranean, which is where we get that top quality, more red material, and not $9.99, not $8.88. This is such a winning deal, and yet so affordable. And I promise you this, if you've ever experienced a DBTY, you already know. A diamonds by the yard. We've had merengue spinel by the yard. We've had turquoise by the yard, which is never coming back. I've tried. Don't even get me started on the turquoise. If you already have one, pair this up with it. Pair it up with your diamonds by the yard, whatever you want, but it is so wearable and so easy. And this is top quality, and it's not even, you know what, guys, let's just blow it out. $799 a necklace. And that's for nearly 9 carats of coral all the way around, with the exception of where your extender is, because obviously we want you to have the flexibility to wear it wherever you want at that higher or shorter length, or higher or longer length. Take a look at it from a distance away. I'm going to put it up against the skin tone here so you can really see the size perspective on the beads themselves and really check that out. Now, if you are putting it, let me actually expose a little bit of neckline here so you can see it really, really well as far as that color is concerned, because that's really important. So you see they go all the way around. And right there, it's about 18 inches. It can certainly go 16, 17, or 18, but you get a perspective from a distance of the size of those beads. They're not overwhelming. We don't want it to be heavy. We don't want it to be, you know, oversized beads or anything like that. We want it to be really wearable, almost just light and airy. I got to tell you, I have the original turquoise by the yard that I bought years and years ago, and I wear that thing more often than you would ever even know, because it just is so, goes with everything, always works. And yet this is the same exact kind of thing with just red instead of turquoise, and we know the color red goes with everything. So $7.99 if you'd like one. Last call there, and then another melted down piece. We got to move on from these corals by the yard. They're taking up space in the inventory. We've given you the greatest discount ever. We've got 8 individual stones, all at just about a carat a piece, technically a little more. So that'll be it, $7.99, of course, all in solid gold and a spring ring closure. All right, we'll move on from that one. We got some more brand new, and I am going to move on from those earrings as well, because I do have this very important purple Paraíba that, talk about a good necklace, and a diamonds by the yard in its own right. Let me get the fingerprint off that one, and we'll show you what we have here in a full-on necklace. This is with the diamonds, by the way, so let's really get into that first. This has 2 and 2. So there are basically 2 different diamonds bezel set up the neckline from the center. And that's why it's all set and soldered in this piece. So it's not moving, because that's going to keep all the diamonds centered to the pendant. It's item number 113, 1349, and that is one of our strongest purple Paraíbas, and I didn't realize that would not sit without my help. So here it is. Purple Paraíba, one of the most purple we've seen. Incredible stone, isn't it? That is our 186, and everything, by the way, is in 18 karat gold here. The chain, the pendant, everything. So you get the upgrade there, which is really important. But then you've got your 186 copper bearing purple. That is purple Paraíba. That very important kite cut diamond and the round brilliance around it. So 11 points on the kite cut, 26 points in the round brilliance, all finished with that basket work, and also a 1 only. Let's take it over to the hand here so you can see the length of the actual piece. We still added the adjustability, so it's going to have that 16, 17, and 18. But do you see how those diamonds are perfectly set? That's why we soldered that kite cut bail, if you will, to the chain, so it doesn't move. That means it's always going to be attached to this chain, so it keeps all those diamonds even up the neckline. And then you've got 4 of them in total. There's that bigger stone. You can see it's about 3/4 of an inch top to bottom there. And then here's what it looks like from a distance away. Look at that purple. That is one of the truer purples we've seen out of the Paraíba collection, certainly. And there you can see it against a skin tone as well. So you're really getting an idea of that color. But the close-up's going to give you the best perspective on the color, no doubt about it. But this is also incredibly affordable. And if you're lucky enough to have a ring, or maybe you're just really into necklaces and that's where you like to invest your hard-earned money into great jewelry because you know that's what you're going to wear the most, here's your chance right now to pick up a purple Paraíba, nearly 2 carats, and solid 18 karat gold. We're going to blow it out right now. It's $9,999. Since we are 2 minutes away from our top of the hour, and I'm going to go ahead and bring you an extra bonus of our museum piece, because there's a museum piece that I have for you that I literally took from the show floor and set out, JCK, no, that wasn't shown yet. We've got to show that. And I'm going to give it an opportunity for one caller to get our cashmere, our largest cashmere sapphire, coming up next, that is GIA certified. So we will get into that. But if you would like to get the purple Paraíba first, Here's your big markdown, and it's $1,999. And there is only one. That's it, one. So you got to be quick on these phone lines tonight, because that is not going to last at under $2,000. You don't get 2 carats in purple Paraiba for under $2,000, and especially not with that really big important cut of that diamond you're seeing flash right there. Classic halo other than that, the added bezel sets, and 18 karat solid gold. That is also, I mean, I still am a little perplexed as to when gold is soaring the way it is, what on earth we're doing bringing more 18 karat gold now than I've ever. Do you know that I went years and years and years here without bringing 18 karat gold? There was never any 18 karat gold for my first 5-6 years here. And now in 2026, I'm seeing more 18 karat gold than we've seen in years before it, when gold is crazy. And look at the price. Am I asking for more? No, I am not. We're still reducing prices and taking them backwards from where they ever should be. It's museum masterpiece time. It is the top of the hour. In 20 seconds, we're going to show you our cashmere. And literally, I said, no, we have to give this a shot. We did not get a chance to show this to you in the last couple of weeks. This one's gone. Congratulations. And here is what we're going to do right now. This is a bonus of our museum masterpiece must go. And let me zoom back, because this is everything and then some in a cashmere mined over 100 years ago. That's not the big deal. The big deal is that there hasn't been any mining in over 100 years. Welcome to the show, everybody. Happy you're with us. My name is Lauren Blair. I'm the host here at TVON. I'm so glad you're with us tonight. We are live from Los Angeles, and I'm so glad you're here for the next couple hours with me, because we've got quite the show and all the markdowns, and it's just an exciting day to be here. When I spent a good, now granted, I didn't get a chance to get to the whole show because I was here with you guys through Sunday, but I will tell you the show was really nice. It was nice, but it was nice because I got to see a lot of people that I know and friends of mine, and network a little bit and see people I don't get to see more than once a year who are in the business, my fellow hosts out there in the home shopping world, and different folks in the industry, from manufacturers to designers to everybody else, and miners as well. But as far as doing any kind of shopping for you guys, there was really, unless you're into lab grown, there was really not much to look at. So it's really just, again, an exciting time when I think if you're still dedicated like we are to fine jewelry and natural gemstones, we're very proud to be able to do what we do. And the irony is that most of the lab grown stuff that was in plated metals was more money than anything I sell to you on a daily basis. Anything that I show you. I mean, I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars for basically, mystery metals and faux stones. So it's very exciting to be able to get exotics like what we're bringing. And this one, it is very important. I didn't get a chance to show it to you leading up to our whole museum masterpiece mini series that I did, but obviously most of those museum masterpieces, because of their must-go prices, most of them were sold. Now here's something that I know there's going to be a love and an affinity for, because this is a GIA certified stone. The stone itself is our largest cashmere stone we have. I'm just going to give it a minute or two of airtime, just give you that great markdown price, and let somebody have it. It is a 2 carat 21 out of cashmere. That is certified, so it's not a guess. It's basically, well, you've got the backup here of this great certification from the GIA and their experts who know what to look for as far as characteristics in the stone that identify it as a cashmere stone. Obviously, none of us are 100+ years old, even though we may feel it or look at, I know I'm speaking for myself, but I got to tell you, we are really talking about a stone that is based on expert evaluation. None of us could be there at the mine when it was mined. This hasn't been mined actively in 100 years. I'm talking about the mine at the border of what today we know of as Pakistan. This is really that locale, and that only locale, that is still the most prized sapphire in the world, for not only where it comes from, but the beauty that it provided. And you're seeing that here with this rich, billowy, velvety color of not blue, but instead a more exotic sapphire that has a more burgundy, purple, pinky red. So it's got everything listed on the cert that you're going to need to know. Makes appraisals a breeze. Collectors, this is your moment. We're going to show you 113-1214. Take a look at this. This is the cashmere. So yes, another little surprise extra bonus here on a museum masterpiece must go. It's our 221 set in really the mounting that is reserved here for the most important stones we offer. It's our 179 diamond mounting. It is in yellow gold. You probably can't even tell much unless you look at the prongs, because it is so covered in diamonds. But then look at the cert that's going to go with it. The cert is 3 different sections. This is the photograph and the seal. That's the bottom third of the cert. Here's the midpoint, which tells you about the carat weight and the measurements. And then, of course, a comment section on why those mines are special, where they were located, and Of course, here's the really important part, I think, beyond this origin factor is also the fact it's no indications of heating. That makes it even more wild because, as you know, most rubies and sapphires and most corundums out there are indeed heated, almost all of them. So anytime you get a sapphire or a ruby that's unheated, that really just upped your rarity. And so to have all that documented by the GIA experts, pretty cool deal. And then there's the size and the massive diamond weight and everything else you're getting with it, including a fully finished undergallery, so it's a nice and comfortable ring. And even look here, because I like to look at it this way. If we're looking through the inside and noticing through the undergallery, you don't even have any clarity issues from that angle. So yes, it's a very clean, bright, glowing, transparent stone that's coming with this cert. And previously in airings here on this show, it has been a $189,000 ring, which you probably noticed. If you know sapphires, if you know any sapphire that's reaching 2 carat size, how remarkable that is. We're not going to ask for $200,000 or near it. We know that's not the must-go element that we're all looking for. The must-go element is about bringing that huge mark down to a collector. To a collector who, if you want to be a collector, you instantly are when you pick up this ring. Just no doubt about it. This is your instant collector status piece, no doubt. And if you already are a collector, one of the best you could ever add is a cashmere sapphire. And there are a lot of sapphire sources, and they come from all over the world, and they still are, they're mined in modern day, of course, but you do not find the characteristics and the quality. And quite frankly, you can tell. You don't need a whole lot of expertise in gems to be able to tell that a stone is cashmere. They have a very distinctive look to them. They do. And this has been evaluated by the best experts in the world who do pride themselves in knowing, who have looked at more gems than anybody, who know what to look for on a microscopic level, in addition to the color and the billowy, rich, velvety effect that it has. You're getting a huge value. And it's not even 100,000 or 50,000 or 40,000. It's just a gimme. It's a giveaway. It's why so many of these museum masterpieces have been going from our show in the last few weeks. And here's another little bonus round for you. And maybe, when I think back to everything I've shown you in museum masterpieces, I think this is probably the best value of them all. Really, to put it in that perspective. In a value standpoint, in value terms, this has got to be our best of them all. And it's not $49,999 or anywhere close to that price tag. Please come on in. Please be a part of this one. And please try it, knowing that you also have a money-back return policy as well. You have that money-back return option because, well, you're never going to send it back. It's just nice to know it's there for some of these higher-end, more important items. But it's not $40,000 or $30,000 or $20,000. Most of our museum masterpieces have been that or more. Here's what we're doing to make it even better. And when I tell you it's going to sell, it's going to sell. Remember, it's got that fully finished underguy. I'm even offering, well, this one, they do want it to stay in yellow. I got to tell you, if that's the deal breaker, let me know. Because I'd be happy to go back there myself. I know we have this mounting in white gold made up and ready to go. I would be happy to move that stone over. I don't think that's a huge ask. So if that's the deal breaker, I know that they prefer it in yellow. Honestly, I do. Just the look of it, just aesthetically, love it in the yellow gold. If you really, really insist on white gold, we can probably make that happen for you, but this value is not one to rest on. It's not $20,000 or $19,999. This will go. It can't stay here when it's this kind of value and this kind of savings and this important of a stone, when I hardly have anything in cashmere's left. And when I've had cashmere's on the show, I've had them. I've had cashmere sapphires. I've had several, maybe 10 total, about one a year on average. And they're never 2 carats 21 in size. That is the difference here. They're not 221s. They're usually 50 points, 60 points, or right up to a carat. This is not even $10,000. Best buy I've had in museum masterpieces, it's go time. It's $99.99. That's it. $9,999 for the cashmere that you see right there. And I'm going to try it on my hand. And you know it's not going to stay here. It can't. It won't. And look at that. That is the gold. Look at it from a distance away when my hand is behind it. So we can't blast light through it because now it's sitting on the hand, and look at how it's still glowing, still vibrant, still bright, still amazing, and it's only $99.99. And I say only because look where it started to where it is now. Today, as the must-go, Take advantage of that. That's what you're doing right now, is taking full advantage of that value. It's a discount and savings beyond. And that's why it's got to go. Any questions or requests, let me know what those might be. Anything at all, you can bring it out. Now, as far as a two-part top of the hour, always got to start with something museum masterpiece-y, but we got something else that is very, very exciting, and it's turquoise, and it's item number 113-1165. Take a look. I think it's my favorite turquoise ring we've ever created. No, I know it is. And we've had some good ones through the years. I can think of every turquoise because it's a stone I love. It's always my favorite with Paraíba. Those are my two favorites. And so I got a thing for this color. But yet this is that stone that is so elevated because of the fact it's around. And I really want to bring this out today for a very good reason. And not just because I like it, because you guys could care less about what I like. It's about what you like. And we have jewelry for everybody, every variety, every taste, every style, every budget. But when you think about turquoise, and I know I met with, obviously, like I said, it was more of a social day to be able to meet up with people from the trade and people you don't get to see very often because most of these people live far away and I don't get to travel much. I'm here with you guys. So, it's nice to have everyone rendezvous for one purpose, and that is to be together at the JCK show. And I got to say, meeting with a vendor who has long been one of the best dealers of gemstones, but most of these dealers, they're either out of Brazil or they're out of Tanzania or sometimes out of India. I gotta say, this is somebody who specializes in Americana and American stones, which obviously means turquoise is the specialty. And of course, he's been all but retired for the last couple of decades because there's been really nothing coming out of the Sleeping Beauty mine. It's been closed. So unless you are sitting on a stockpile, which he is, and unless you're selling it, there's really not much to do. But if you wonder, well, how does someone just retire before they retire? Don't they need to make a living? Well, that's kind of the thing, is that at any given moment, he could choose to release the stones. That's been something we all in the industry and trade have been begging him to do. He's got one of the last stockpiles of Sleeping Beauty that there is. And don't get me wrong, it's not a big stockpile. It's a very small little collection. But he's sitting on one of the last known Sleeping Beauty collections. And so essentially, as he's holding back on releasing it to the public, it's getting more and more valuable because nobody has anywhere else to get it. And if you're looking for something matrix-free and high quality, well, that's really a challenge. Well, he did inform me that he's going to be releasing it in the next couple of years. That is the plan. He's thinking 2028, and there's a very specific reason why. But I will tell you, the prices are going to be absolutely astronomical. Prices I never thought I would hear associated with turquoise ever. And that is really what we're going to be seeing. Now, I'm allowing you to get a little jump start because obviously we didn't buy these stones from him. We've had these in our collection for literally decades. So that's, again, the beauty of when you shop. We're not going on today's wholesale price. My goodness, nobody could afford today or the 2028 wholesale. But this is where your chance is to get it. And if you're looking to upgrade your turquoise, because maybe the turquoise you have is a little bit of matrix, maybe it's got more of that green color, maybe you're willing to graduate up to the really high end, here it is in a 340, which is considered a really large size for turquoise. Obviously, we know the round cut is very special. And you've got two of the most important diamonds. I think that's really apropos because you wouldn't put big important diamonds around a nothing stone. These are 20-point pear-shaped VS diamonds, and we're putting them on either side of your turquoise. So it's all around very special. And it's in white, yellow, or rose. And for being a ring that should be $3,999 tonight, we're going to do our top of the hour, part 2. Always have to lead off with the museum. And now we're getting into our very affordable top of the hour. I hope you're on the lines getting ready. These are beautiful diamonds. Let me show you what it looks like on the hand. It's so balanced. And because the stone is so large, this 3-stone ring, like a lot of 3-stone rings, I'm going to shy away from, as I know a lot of us would, because they're just too small. They're just insignificant. Not this one at all. Look how balanced it is. Those diamonds are stretching out all the way across the finger because you're starting with such a large diameter on the stone being 3.5 carats. Then you've got the diamonds pointing out. So they're giving you that nice balance. And it's nowhere near $39.99 where it should be. We're going to need you on the phone lines ready to go. We are giving you the option of the white, the yellow, the rose, sizing it for you as well. That's important, but it will not be $39.99. You need to call quickly because this is what it should be. And I'll tell you right now, all I'm going to say is this, because he said, please don't share what my plans are with the whole world. So I didn't get into specifics on the price tag, but I will say this. The per carat price on a Sleeping Beauty turquoise is going to be more per carat than this price tag I have up here on the complete ring. So if that gives you any indication of where the value is. Now, if you're saying, big deal, I'm not going to buy it 2 years from now. If I don't like the price, keep in mind, when you have a Sleeping Beauty in your variety, like let's say this $340 tonight, when this is in your collection, think about how that extends the value. This is pretty much the source. So think about how your value of your current Sleeping Beauties propels upwards, increases in value as you wear it, as you enjoy it, as you own it, because I don't think for a lot of us that's going to be reasonable to consider going out a year or two from now and getting our Sleeping Beauty then. The price tags are just going to simply be too much. So here's how you get it, and big diamonds at the same time. Solid gold where there's $2,000 in the band. There just is. The foundation of the ring is $2,000 itself. Then you add the turquoise, then you add the big diamonds, and it's not $39, $29, or $19.99, and we're suddenly half off. Suddenly it's a 50% off sale. Suddenly, we're not talking about where's the band and where's the turquoise price and what about those big diamonds. It's all in one for you at less than what it costs us to literally make it. So now is the time. White, yellow, rose gold, you get to decide. Your choice. It's not $1,900. It's not $1,500. I think it's the prettiest turquoise we've created. It looks amazing. It's the perfect balance of just a true robin's egg blue. No matrix at all, just really stunning. And I mean, really incredible material. Is there a little fuzzy wuzzy on it? Hold on, let me see. It's like a little, some of these stones attract what's in the air. I'll try it on again, but just there you go. Made sure there's a little something, a little thread. Now it's on the top, so can't get that off. It's just kind of hanging out with the stone, but it is completely pure. That beautiful true blue, and it's not going to be even $1,500. We need to get these phone lines rocking. I know we can do it. I know you're ready. Maybe you're waiting on the new diamond band we have to premiere a little bit later, coming up next hour. The most gorgeous band that looks like you know who, red box, gold script, you know. They make one for $22,000. We're going to bring you a better value on one tonight. Very excited about that. But first, turquoise lovers, here we go. This is really an important ring. And I tell you all the time, it's what all the big designers, where they have representation. I mean, we talk about, it's like being at Rodeo Drive, except you're not on Rodeo Drive. You're just in a little hotter environment in the middle of the desert. You've got all the representatives from all the big designers are there too. At the big trade show, they're all there. How do they set their jewelry? They continue to set their most important stones in the 3-stone style, adding bigger stones around what they've chosen for the center. We're going to go even lower than $1,500. I said it. I mean it. We're going to go lower than 15 or 14 or 13 or 12. I will get these phone lines to ring. If there's just one simple way to do it, it's called cheating. It's basically price the jewelry too low, the phones will ring. And that's what we got to do on a Wednesday night. You know that. It's why some of you have told me, I watch Wednesdays and only Wednesdays, because if I'm going to choose one day, I watch Wednesdays because I see what you do with the price tags, because it's your Monday. And you have to do all these extra special values to make sure everyone who's with you can shop. You better believe it. It's not $1,299 or $1,199. It's definitely time to get on the phone lines because we're already busy and they're already going. I don't think that's any surprise or shocker when you've got huge 20-pointers on the sides. You know what? It's almost sold out. Tell you what, let's go even lower than $12.99. And then we got that top of the hour coming up in 40 minutes that is going to absolutely obliterate these phone lines. These lines are going to be melting down at our next top of the hour at 7 o'clock Pacific time. That is a brand new designer diamond band like we've never done before. It's not like any other diamond band I've ever shown you. In all 26 years I've been doing this, I've never had a band like what's coming up at the top of next hour. So it's kind of a show. It's like a show you got to be here, start to finish. Okay, we need some more callers. I've decided we need to get these sold out right now. We don't have that many. And they're all, because how many perfect flawless turquoises are out there? How many are going to give you and deliver that perfect royal blue? How many big 20-point pear-shaped diamonds do you think we have? It's all limited. We're going to go even lower than 12 or 11 or $10.99. I'm here to move it. And if you want one, you get it tonight, because obviously they're going to sell out. We're making it under $1,000. This never happens in jewelry these days. You know how difficult that is. We're going to make this $999 if you can get one really, really quickly before they're sold out completely. That's going to be it. So $9.99, and that gets you the ring you see right there, the classic, and it's perfect, perfect, perfect with a Wonder Ring. So if you already own any of our Wonder Rings, the double row, the single row, or any variety thereof, pair those up around it. If you do feel like adding a little extra to it on certain days, you can do that as well. But that is quite the value there. And by the way, if you want a big, big, big kunzite, I have a big kunzite, and we're very busy on the phone line, so that'll be soon to sell out. I have a kunzite that looks like that. So just FYI, I'm going to show this on the hand. If you're interested in another museum markdown, I have this one for you, which is my 59 karat kunzite. Can we just take a quick look there at that aqua with kunzite combo? I had one the other day, but it was smaller. It was about a 15 karat. This is 59 carats of just the kunzite radiant. That aqua alone, that's a 6.5 karat aqua. So that's here too if you'd like to really steal a big cocktail pendant. You know, it's not just cocktail rings. Sometimes we call them more statement pendants, but there is definitely a statement. And the statement it makes is, I am museum and you get to own me and you don't have to spend a lot to do it. And we have 40 minutes till our big diamond top of the hour. All right, turquoise lovers. Jason, you're getting a turquoise. What color? I'd love to know if everyone's getting yellow, white, rose. You got it. Yellow gold's very popular. I agree. My favorite combo is yellow gold with the turquoise, and I'm glad that we have that here on display for you at $9.99. This is epic. $3,000 off. Huge diamonds as well. Gotta love that part of it. I gotta tell you, the fact that there are such massive diamonds there is getting me very, very excited. So very excited to have that $9.99. Take advantage of it. We're very busy on the phone lines. That will be selling out today in the show. So make sure you can get one before they're completely gone, because that's where they're headed. And we will get, what other colors did we get? Operators, will you let me know? Because I know there's not a ton of you out here. So let's see if we can just go ahead, and I'm going to keep track because, well, I've only got a limited quantity, so I can't oversell it. And we want to make sure that we get you all set up. And we've got, yeah, it seems like yellow gold is by far the most popular. I think everybody so far, at least everyone I've heard from, is getting yellow gold. So fantastic way to go. You obviously like it how you see it, but the white and the rose gold are options as well. But $9.99, a $3,000 savings per ring. I just, again, I'm not supposed to say the price tag, and that's still 2 years. And I don't know about you, but the thing is this about jewelry. Jewelry is that kind of thing. I'm not waiting. I am not waiting. Like the whole life is a dress rehearsal thing, I think or life is not a dress rehearsal, rather, is like this cliche that's overused, but it's so apropos when we think of, do you really want to wait to wear your jewelry? I mean, even if someone told you, even if the situation were reversed and it was going to be cheaper 2 years from now, would you ever want to wait? I know I would not want to. This is jewelry that you get to wear the moment it arrives. You're not waiting for a special occasion. You wear it whenever you like. This is the beauty of what we do. And the best part is that it's going to be so enormous in price years down the line. It really drives the whole marketplace up. Your piece is worth more. Jewelry appreciates. It appreciates. It's one of the few things I can think of in this world that does. Because my goodness, it used to be real estate. That's not even a guarantee anymore. Nothing else appreciates in value. Jewelry does. And you're still, that's the thing. It doesn't matter if you're wearing it or not. Wear it. Enjoy it. It's not like if you wear it a day, oh, you remember that car you bought that the second you drove it off the lot, suddenly it dropped $10,000 in value because you put a couple miles on it. This is not, or if you're like me, 100,000. I just turned 100,000 miles on my car that I got only a few years ago because, you know, but that's a milestone. I can't remember the last time I put 100,000 miles on a car. I've never done it before. So yeah, it's just wild, isn't it? It's wild. But again, these are the things that depreciates. Not jewelry. It doesn't. But when you see the price tags, when these stones get released in 2028 and you see the prices per carat, and you're going to hear about it because it's going to make big headlines and big international news, you're going to be very glad that you have your stone, and you're going to think, my gosh, that value I got way back when is even a better value today now because, well, it's worth so much more. But isn't jewelry that way? That's kind of the beauty of it. So $9.99. All right, we got to move. I got the big wide diamond band here for you that is 2 carats in diamonds. Look at this. Here is a fabulous diamond ring. I love seeing it up close too because you can see from a distance at first, it might just look like one big band of diamonds. Instead, it's actually got all these interesting, almost asymmetrical patterns. It's very floral, very leafy, but all put together in such a way where there's a unique presence about it, but it still has details as opposed to just the basic diamond side-to-side band. It's item number 11300412. Keep calling on the turquoise. We'll see what we got. Look how wild this is. Just FYI, the band that I have at the top of the hour is nothing like this. The band I have at the top of the hour is very, very, very precious, but it's narrow. It's this. So this is that wide band. This is 2 carats solid of round brilliant diamonds put together in pave, but in these very distinctive designer elements. And it's all 18 karat gold, which is really notable when you've got that kind of width to this very comfortable, wearable, outstanding designer ring. And now we're ready to go. We are ready, and we're still very busy on the turquoise, by the way, but we only have one caller who's going to be able to get this one. It stays in the white gold, and it is going to be on its way. I know that I begged the designer to get another one. This was on hold for a customer, and we never got payment, so I guess that's what happened. So here's where we get to bring it on back, and you know the second this was released, this is one of my favorite diamond bands we've ever done. 10 years, I've sold so much jewelry here. It's in the hundreds of thousands of pieces of jewelry, and yet there's something about this band. It's just so distinctive and designer and high style, but still very wearable. And those are the things that I think we look for, especially if you want large look, like high profile design, but low profile in actuality, because that makes it really wearable. When it's not sitting up too high off the hand, that's what gives it so much wearability for you. And we're seeing that here. So 2 carats in diamonds. Let me try it on. And it's got great finishing on the inside as well, but that's what it looks like. And then I'll show you. I love it also on the index finger. I think that would be gorgeous as well. So go with your true size here. It's just obviously sized to a 6 here for my ring finger, but you can see how it worked. Middle finger, index finger, or ring finger. Those are probably your best options there on that ring. But 2 carats in the diamonds. And let's show it up close, and then I'll get you a look at the inside and how that is all finished that way. And we're going to go ahead and take it down for you in price tag and get this one a home for just, well, it's $29.99. $29.99, and let's let those diamonds shine on through. I knew we had to turn away a lot of folks last time we had this ring, and it's one counterpart. We had 3 pieces from this designer ever, and all 3 were just really kind of wild, just so different from what we'd ever brought before. Plus, we have that very big emerald we'll introduce you to tonight that is brand new. Also, tanzanite earring drops. And you know what? Since that purple Paraíba went so quickly in the necklace, I do want to let you know I do have a ring as well. It's going to be a lovely ring in a purple Paraíba in a signature style. Plus, we'll see a bigger ruby tonight. And we also have that big tanzanite emerald cut. It's $15.25. And it's got all kinds of smudgy wudgies. So we'll get that off for you. But $15.25, largest stone by far that we have in a ring in tanzanite. That's gone. Congratulations. And here we are with the tanzanite. So $15.25 with the red flashes and in a bridge that's going to take you over 2 carats in diamonds. So pretty impressive there. Okay. So also in wheels and discounts, remember how we brought down the Brazilian Paraíbas and quartz? I have a wheel tonight of something you probably have not seen very often. When I introduced them, I was stunned. I never thought, having read about these stones for years, I never thought I would actually get a chance to present one. That's how most people feel. Most collectors have read about it, never actually seen one available for sale. Have you heard of Windsor sapphires? It's one of the coolest stones because it's a multicolored sapphire, 2 very distinct different colors of sapphire, but in one stone. And not glued or any kind of process that happens outside of nature. Instead, natural variety. It's so cool. We have our bigger stones here. Decided to blow these out, so they're going to be coming up a little bit later. So if you like a Windsor, make sure you stay with me. But here we are with our tanzanite, $15.25. It's 1333 on our 15¼ carat emerald cut with the bridge mounting, 210 in diamonds, and there it is. That's how we get you 210. It's very wide. It's a larger bridge, all custom made for this particular stone, where if you look at it from certain angles, you can actually peer through the stone and see those diamonds right running underneath. So there's that double row running underneath, and that big halo, great finishing on the inside as well. Stays in the white gold, preferably. Going to take us a little while to rebuild it in yellow gold, but we can do that for you if that's what you'd like. $15.25, this qualifies as museum as well. in its own way. I don't technically, they gave me a tanzanite the other day. I said, well, technically that's not a museum. And I'll tell you why. Because we have put many of our museum reserves in museums at this point. So museums have them. Museum masterpieces have been more like the pieces that are even beyond what you would see in your favorite museum. This is really a museum level as far as the quality goes. It is our literal museum reserve because it was that stone that now, shall it stick around after tonight at 8 o'clock, which is 91 minutes and a half away, then it goes to a museum. That's what museum reserve is, but we have to give you one last chance. It is made for you, it's designed for you, but these stones were put aside as a collection early on, back in 2018, as the stones that would be the very best of the parcels, so the best candidates to go beyond loan, one day to go beyond display at a museum. The problem was this: we sold out of all of our regular blue-winged black Ds long before everybody got one. So the frenzy became a little bit of a battle cry. We need more, so we ended up releasing the museum reserves with the admonition that if they do stick around after their last presentation, they will be on their way out as promised to the curators of the museums across the world so that they too can enjoy showing the best tanzanites that ever have been. So there they are, or this is our big one, and it's actually our biggest in a ring. So this is what we've been selling out lately in pendants. Now giving you the bigger size in a ring. Elite level doesn't even begin to cover it. This is beyond. I mean, it really does. You got to be comfortable with a larger ring here. For that reason, I'll tell you right now, it's probably not going to be for everybody, but if you want that bigger stone, and it's really large on me, so it's falling a little bit, but don't worry. We're going to size it to perfection, whatever you need. There are all those great red flashes, the gleams, the glows. 210 is the diamond weight, by the way. So 210. And that's going to be an amazing custom piece there with all those reds. And if you'd like it, we got a new markdown from $28,999 today. It goes significantly less, significantly lower. We're at that halfway point of the show. Let's give this thing away. Look at that. It's bigger than a signet ring, and not many rings are. This is about the largest ring we create. When anyone says, give me a large ring, where do I go? You go with the signet ring. Signet ring is about $2,200 right now. Here's what we're doing on something that's got a lot more to it besides just gold. It's giving you a $1,525 and then diamonds literally running underneath down that double middle section there. Not $28,999 any longer. Look at those reds. It's outstanding. My vocabulary is not going to suffice. I don't have the adjectives to properly describe this stone. The stone is more about a feeling. It's a feeling that when you visually see something, how your eyes interpret something that reads some way in your brain that then creates an emotion in your soul. That's what this stone does. And that's what jewelry should do. And if jewelry doesn't, it's probably not the piece for you. But if that reaction has been elicited by looking at this stone from where you are at home, get ready because it's even better in person. It is better. You cannot enjoy or really fully interpret the beauty of these stones on television or in these studio lights. It's not possible. You will love it. And it is the anchor. It is the anchor to our ring collection. It is the pinnacle, the very, very, very best. And it's not $28,999. And it's not going to be even 25 or 20 or 15 or 10. I'm blowing this out for $99.99. So that makes two incredible, really over-the-top pieces we've had tonight that are now under $10,000 that never should be. And we all understand the value when you got 210 in diamonds. This is not the kind of throwaway mounting you would see out elsewhere where there's no real attention to detail or big diamond weight included. This has got every little bit, all the diamond weight you could ever want, wish, or hope for. It's one of the biggest diamond mountings we have ever created. And yet, look at the beauty of that stone. The diamonds are an accessory. It's all about the stone. The stone is where it's at, and you've got a chance to pick it up for $99.99. So we have another new necklace for you, plus we're going to see a big-time emerald. We've got some great mandarin garnet. Diaspora is here. I just want to show you this really cool three-stone look in a necklace because it's a little different than what we typically have, and I want you to go based on the individual diamonds here because these are done in a way where they look like huge diamonds. It looks like a 3 carat and a 2 carat and a 1 carat, which would be, well, 3, 2, 1 is not just a way to count down a microphone test, but it's also, because that's what we do, 3, 2, 1, we check microphones, but actually this is 3, 2, 1 would be the makings of a 6 carat look in a pendant. But in that 3-stone style, did you notice the little, they look like little hearts to me. They're the little end caps of the shared prongs between, that when you see it from a distance, it looks like you're wearing 3 huge diamonds, graduated in size. It's actually 1 carat because there are smaller round brilliants. And I don't mean small, but I mean it's not 3 diamonds. It's a little bit more in a cluster design. Plus you get this roller link chain, 1130837 is the number. Call me on that 1525 tanzanite. You don't think that's sticking around through the show, do you? I sure hope it doesn't, because I hope that goes to one of you. As much time and love as we put into that mounting to go with that stone. And usually when these stones are sent off to museums, by the way, they're actually set just as a gemstone. They're not set as a ring. They're set as a gem on display. So, you know, something to think about there. But here we are with our 1 carat total weight in platinum. So it's in our platinum. We're going to throw in that chain as well, which is a really good standalone chain. It will come off the piece. You can wear it with, you can wear it with other pendants, or you can wear this one all on its own because it's got that nice heavy Rolo link. So it's a little bit more impactful than most of the daintier chains. As we take a look even closer, look at this. I'll come in close. And then you can see those diamonds. And it looks like we may need to refocus. And I just like the symbolism of, there we go, the extra heart details coming through with your design here. Let's also take a look at it from a distance on the hand so we can get to the measurement. Really take that perspective and really make sure you know. There you go. So that's where it looks like the 1, the 2, and the 3 carat stacked. Now, if it was 6 carats in diamonds among 3 stones, that would be a very pricey piece. We're going to take what is not so pricey at $39.99. Take it even lower, 7/8 of an inch here with the chain included. The chain is going to be adjustable, but it's going to be, oh, look at that. That is seriously, we just got a couple feet away, and it really, everybody would assume you're wearing 3 huge individual diamonds. No doubt, right? No doubt about it. So gorgeous. Love them on top of some color too. That's going to be a 1 only. This chain is 18 inches with a 17-inch option, and we'll go even lower than $39.99 or than $2,000. We haven't seen too many 3-stone styles ever in really pendants like this, and this is giving that look. More than 3 stones, obviously, per piece there, but really giving that look, which is obviously a popular look in rings, but certainly translates well to the pendant as well. And think about the meaning of 3s, the meaning of that 3, that triple stacked. Maybe that's going to be, again, whatever it means to you, whatever that 3, that number 3, whatever meaning that holds to you near and dear to your heart. What a great piece to wear as a pendant or give as a gift as well. Think about all the options here, but it's not $19 or $18 or $17.99. Brand new right now. All solid platinum, really big, bold chain here too. Again, you're going to wear that piece many times and many ways, but let's make it $1,699 instead. Big time value there. Then we've got Burma Ruby and Imperial Topaz and big yellow diamond. If anyone wants a 2 carat, I've got one. I've got the gorgeous Paraiba and then our top of the hour as well. But I know we are really looking forward to some diaspora tonight. Plus we have, okay, real quick deal here. Another necklace, but we're going to infuse one of the very best in exotic gemstones for you on this necklace. Let's take a look at this one. This, my friends, you know it. You know it when you see it because it's so distinctive. The only thing this could be mistaken for is demontoid, but the actual truth is this is really more rare than even demontoid, and that's one of the rarest stones in the world. 113-1352 is the number. Let's get you a great deal on a color change. Spain. It's from Madagascar. It's a 1 only, and this is going to go very quickly. Now, here's the beauty of it. This is called a light 1 carat. It is the exact diameter of a 1 carat stone, but it is a light 1 carat, so it's 80 points in size. In the dazzling round, I don't think there's a better option for this gem than the round. The round shows off the brilliance like no other cut does. And they always look good because they're so highly dispersive. So you can get a more kind of basic oval cut, you can get a cushion cut, you can get any of these cuts. They look great. But there's something magnificent that plays when you've got the round cut. The round allows it to, forget about sparkle, it sizzles. It really does gain this whole other vibe, personality. It's so bright. You cannot wear a diamond that does this. I don't care how deep flawless diamond your is. I don't care if you get a flawless, internally flawless diamond. It's not going to sparkle like this because there's literally a higher dispersion level with this stone than there is with diamond. That and the fact that it's ultra rare. That and the fact that it also, oh yeah, phenomenal property, changes color. It's, to me, I think this is the coolest stone in the world. And you know what its drawback is? It has one drawback. One, it's softer. Not a drawback when it's a pendant or a necklace. And this is a necklace. This is the latter, so it's all built in. So that concern that you may have is no longer an issue with this piece of jewelry because it's on your neckline. You cannot hurt it unless you put it on the ground and stomp on it. Don't do that. Just wear it and enjoy it and let it be that incredible sizzle that you want to see. And it's got diamonds that you can't see yet. It's got a diamond on either side, bezel set, so it's giving a la DBTY vibes to this gorgeous color change Sphene necklace, white, yellow, rose gold. Let me show you the diamonds that are on the sides here for you as well. So you can see that on either side, about an inch away, you're going to have the back and the front of your fabulous bezel. Look at those neons. And you know how a lot of Sphenes get a little bit too dark? They can. That's another maybe Achilles heel of the stone. That's not the case here. This one is so bright. Look at that. Look at the diamonds. They're embedded into the chain. I'll just set them there so to remind you that they're there. Diamond weight is 4 points. That means a 2-pointer on either side looking bigger because they're bezel set. I need a caller who has the faith. I know it's an expensive stone. I know it's an exotic stone. But you have to believe that we're going to do something to make the phone lines ring. And I'm going to tell you right now, that whole $22.99 price it used to be, out the window. Not even relevant to what we're doing tonight. Unless you want to know how much you're saving. And that's a good reference point. $22.99 should be, would be, could be. Not asking that. This is that fabulous piece. You can wear it like you do your diamonds. Please wear it with everything you got. Don't be hesitant to put that on with hot pink, with red, with yellow, with white, with black, with gray, with your neutrals, with your anything and everything. I don't care if it's neon brights, if it's primary colors, you wear it. Wear it with everything. We're going to do better than $2,000, better than $1,999, and better than $1,500. And this is the round that is going to absolutely dazzle you and everybody else who ever sees you. Because when that's on the neckline, that is something that gets noticed. And it doesn't with the Sphenes. It doesn't need to be a massive size. They are so bright and so vivacious. They really do look great, even from a mile away. And I got nobody. Let me show it on the hand. It's got a lobster claw. 3 different adjustable lengths, 16, 17, 18 inches. Look at that stone. It just does not stop, does it? Here's all that adjustability, even put in the premium closure for you. Here's what it looks like from a distance away. You're gonna wear it at 16, 17, or 18. And look, at this point, it's just like, wait a minute, what's she doing with the demontoid up there? It looks like a demontoid, but so much more rare than any of our sources of demontoid out there. Keep that in mind, and it's not $15.99. Let's go for it. We can do this. I know it's just going to take some giveaways. It's Wednesday night. That's what I show up here to do. That's why we're still doing this. You need the giveaway. You need the jewelry. You want the greatest price. You want to try an exotic, but you do not want to spend big buku bucks. Here's how you do it. Who else even has color change Sphene? Where do you find it? This could be considered a museum masterpiece, but again, without the price tag, not $15, $14, $13, $12, $11.99, $10.99. Chains are worth more by themselves without the diamonds, without the Sphene, without all the adjustability and all the extras and the lobster claw. That's a premium. Everything about it is premium. And you're not even spending $10.99. We're going to blow it out for $999. First caller, 60 seconds, that'll go. We know that. And bye-bye. It's going to be gone in a hurry. So we've got about 20 minutes left till our diamond band kicks off. We've got another hour and 20 minutes till the show is over. So make sure you're picking up anything from the show you've seen that you love. Make sure you get those now. Now is the time. And here we go with our that I cannot leave that here. And when it goes from green to red, vibrant green to red, that's the other thing. Do you know what the rarest stones in the world do? Change color from green to red. And I don't care if you put it next to alexandrite, this is more valuable. I know I don't price it that way. If I have an 80-point alexandrite, there is no way I can make it $9.99. Yet this is more rare. It's just also lesser known. And you know what? When we don't have to fight with everybody else because nobody else has it, when we're the only ones that bring it and the only ones that have it, we can do what we want. We don't have to go on market value. We don't have to look at what they're doing down the street or what they're doing down the tile or what those guys are doing on another place. We just do what we want, which is value, 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 because it's what you want. You need that value. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here. Can't sit here. It's too rare. It's too precious. It's too special. Want you to be able to try it. Let's give it 30 seconds. And then we'll show you some big tanzanite drop earrings. Do we need an auction? I've got another color changing stone here that is suitable for daily wear. We can bring you that one. We also have a big top of the hour. I have a feeling a lot of people just waiting on the big top of the hour, and I understand. It's a gorgeous designer band. It's unlike any band we've ever brought before, and it's happening on a Wednesday. Oh boy, that's rare. Color changing diaspora with yellow, with white diamonds, a whole bunch of good diamonds in a double halo. We'll see that as well. Maybe, just maybe, I think I have an idea. Is that what that is? Yes, that's what that is. It's an idea of what we're going to do next if that one's still here. Okay, let's bring it out. We're going to go to a larger version of a color changing gem. You call me on the screen if you like it. And now here's a brand, now kid you not, this is, when I'm here before the show, everyone probably figures you just show up and you go on the air and you talk and you leave. Well, when I was looking at the inventory earlier this afternoon, I looked at this piece and I thought, that's a beautiful ring. Some rings are just really good, really pretty, really classic, really high style, lots of upgrades. And I looked at it and it said $5,500, and I got a little, maybe we can work on that. Went back, met with every, $5,500, best we can do. Before you change the channel, 113-1177. I don't think anybody's leaving because we want to see what's coming up in 15 minutes for our brand new band. But in the meantime, there is something very special happening right now, and that is this color changing diaspora. Square cushion cut, it's dynamic. Most of the diasporas are just going to give us goldens and maybe a little hint of green. This is downright showing off mauve tones right now, which is indicative of where it's going to go when it changes color fully. Purple, reds, mauve tones, pinks and purples together. This is one of the more fascinating stones. It doesn't get the love it deserves. Some stones just don't. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe I haven't educated the world to them yet. Maybe you don't see them elsewhere. Maybe when you've seen them elsewhere, they look really, 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 really dull and really meh, very, very so-so. I know that's my feeling about them. I didn't appreciate this stone until I saw the good quality. And then I said, okay, this is a really stinking hot stone, and I know everything about the rarity of the one source and that great phenomenal color changing. What's not to love about it? We've got a 374 edition here that is a $5,500 ring. At least it was this afternoon when I walked in this place. What I'm going to do right now is wake everybody up. We've got, I know, a big Wednesday night. We only have exactly 75 minutes left to go, and I got to wow you. And we got to move some jewelry too. If we're going to keep the lights on and be here for another day, got to move some jewelry too. So that's a challenge. So here's what we're going to offer for you. A brand new price, and I'm not making it. You don't like my price? That's okay. You can make your own. That's the beauty of what's called the auction. I'm going to put the $54.99 price tag I am rightfully supposed to get today. I even tried. I said, we got to get around that. That ain't going to work. I know you guys inside out. We've been shopping together for 26 years. I know what price is going to work and what's not going to work. That's not going to work. But I also wonder, part of me wonders if $49.99 is going to work. So here's what we're going to do instead. We're going to scrap all that. We're going to put it on the auction block. And we're going to let you choose. And we're going to let you do what you do. But just remember a couple things. There's 12 points in yellow diamonds. There's 45 points in white diamonds. That alone is 57 points in diamonds in a double halo. There's about $2,500 worth of gold before anything gets set into it. And then there's nearly a 4-carat, one source color changing variety gem. So there's a lot of rarity going on in this one ring. That's why it's $5,500. But I didn't think that was going to work for you. I feel like we're all on the same page here. Let's go ahead and auction it off starting at just $3,000. $3,000, $10 on the increment, no reserve outside of that open, and $10. And this is going to go in the next couple of minutes, and I can't wait to see who it's going to be that gets this home, because that's a very, very, very important stone. And then we'll show it to you on the hand so you can see what it's going to look like from that perspective. And again, the point of this right now is to get you on the phone lines, and that so far has not happened. So, and even my Sphene is still here, which is a little bit mind-boggling to me. That alone tells me, something drastic's got to happen. So what I'm going to do is this. We're going to go less than 3,000. I'm going to show you on the hand here how it looks. and we're going to find a way. That's all this is about. This is about, listen, it's better to have negative cash flow than no cash flow at all. That's just means someone can own it at a loss for us, but at least it gets out the door. And at least we got something good happening, and somebody gets rewarded to a value. And it doesn't have to be $2,500 either. If we're going to get callers on the line, I see what we got to do. It's not $25, it's not $2,000 either. We're going to go less than the price of this thing. Forget about all this behind it. What's that? That's a gold band. A gold band. We are already less than the price of if you just have a gold band. What if we move it forward? Remind you, you're getting nearly 4-carat diet sport cushion cut square, natural yellow diamonds, white VS diamonds, and we're not even starting at $2,000. That's how you make a really big headline for a Wednesday night. That's how you get it done. And we're going to go less than even $2,000. I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be $2,000 or $1,900 or $1,800 or $1,700. Just losing money on the gold. Forget about the rest. It's all free. We'd have to get well closer to $5,000 if we're going to make any money on anything. If we're going to get close to the price of the stone or the diamonds or the labor to put it together, we're going to have to get real close to $5,500, and we're nowhere near that. We are less than the gold band by itself. So many of you have said, there was a day I brought you, there was one day, it was 1 hour of one show back a few months ago, and I brought you plated because it was these really huge pieces that would have been like $8 million had they been solid gold. So I brought these huge pieces in natural gemstones, and they were plated, and everybody revolted. You would have thought that I came up and abandoned puppies on the air. It was really a bad thing. And I got to tell you, the problem is if we want solid gold, what it costs to make that solid gold is, a little bit different. So just as a note here, I'm not asking for $2,000 for the ring, but that's the price of the gold band as we make it. So just the money that we pour into it, $2,000 for the gold, disregarding everything else that there's really good stuff that's in it, and we're not going $1,700 or $1,600, we're going $1,500 to start, and we will get these lines locked up. We will get a massive, massive, massive array of collectors in here with the chance to own the best diet sport we've got. Look at the color saturation and the beautiful gleam of having a square cushion cut like this is, and even great finishing on the inside, and all of that, $1,500, we are hundreds and hundreds of dollars away from the gold band itself. I think that's what makes it exciting. You want a value? That screams value. And we don't have an open. Well, I've seen crazy things. But this is a different level. We'll move on. We got 60 seconds to make it final here, then we'll move along. We've got more on the way. What would you like to see? No requests yet. We'd love to get those in. If you're all waiting on the top of the hour, fantastic. It's only about 9 minutes away. We'll bring you a very important top of the hour. And we've got a great designer diamond band that we just made for you that's a little limited, so we're going to be bringing that out here in just a few. Plus, we have a mandarin garnet and a purple Paraíba and an emerald and a big goonzite. You name it, we got it. So lots of great things on the way, or you can tell me exactly what it is you'd like to see from the inventory, and we'll bring that out. So don't think, she's not showing me what I want tonight. We will show you whatever it is you need, okay? Just let me know. All right, no open here at $1,500. Well, that means we're going to have to move to something entirely different. Look at this emerald. I'm going to just show you a few things. You tell me if anything catches your eye here. I got everything from mandarins to purple Paraíbas to emeralds to tanzanite drop earrings, and you let me know if any of these, we haven't seen any of them yet other than a flash here and there, if any of these pieces of fine jewelry look interesting to you, give me a call and we'll put them on the air. We'll present them and we'll sell them cheap. We may even just take an offer on them. Whatever you want to do. Whatever's going to make the dream happen. And that is, actually, I even have a yellow diamond here. The difference with this yellow diamond, it's not my 1 carats that I usually have these days. It's a 181, and look how fiery that is. Almost 2 carats in size on that yellow diamond. 1 carat 81 is the size, with more yellow and white diamonds around it. We have the huge kunzite back here. I don't know if there's room for this, but there's the kunzite, takes up the whole screen. That's a 60 carat kunzite almost. We also have diamond earrings and Windsor sapphires and that cashmere and that 1525 tanzanite. I've got my corset ring here. Let me know what you'd like to know more about, and I'll give it away. That's my job. My job is to just give away the jewelry, make sure that it's totally attainable, totally affordable. No matter what the price tag says up here, we got to make sure everything is happy for you. So there it is. There's that corset ring that I love so much. That's here as well. We've got Windsors on the way. We'll show you those. I have the prettiest imperial topaz. I have the most stunning. It's a 461, so it's one of the largest we've ever had. It's a pinky golden orange. Look at that Padparadscha mix there. That's what the good Padparashas look like, but it's even better when it's in an imperial topaz that has absolutely no heating, no treating. What else do I have? Remember, we had a trillion moonstone earlier too. It started the show, which I was sure would get a home, but that's still hanging out. I have another purple Paraiba that's got a little more pinky red to it. So let me show you the different varieties, and this is what I have. This is my show here. So if you find something you like, we can just go ahead and show you all what we have. And if there isn't anything up here that you enjoy, you can go ahead and, change the channel and enjoy your evening somewhere else. Or if there is something you like, what we can do is show it right now. We can just show it, talk about it, tell you all about it. I have a really pretty opal. Just putting everything that I have up here. These are both Paraibas, but I want to put them close by so you can see the difference. More purple in the back, more pinky up here. Then I've got this really good opal. This is a great looking opal here. It's a really nice lightning ridge. Australian stone with diamonds around it. So whatever it is that you like. I do love the tanzanite earrings, I must say. Those tanzanite earring drops, very pretty, especially if you already have a ring, and most of you do. Might be time to get the earrings to match. And so we love bringing some earrings and pendants of late. That's that great mandarin. Look how bright that mandarin is. Isn't that a stunning look? And then a reminder that I have another moonstone. There's also an oval. If you're not a trillion fan, here's an oval for you, pretty similar here in the oval. So you can get size-wise and style-wise, those 2 or 3 stones. Yes? I'm sorry, the moonstone sold? Oh, okay. Who bought it? I mean, what operator got it? You don't know? Oh, it was you. Oh, okay. Did you tell me and I just didn't hear it? Or okay. All right. Because I don't know. I remember the hearing towing. All right. Moonstone's gone. All right. So your caller called in to tell you it's gone. Who was that? I got to offer them my apology. I just didn't hear it. So yeah, I'm sorry. That moonstone's already gone earlier. All right. Well, then I'll put that aside. I never hear about anything, do I? Figure maybe all of it's gone. Who knows? I don't know. There's wishful thinking, right? Let's show you some diamond earrings we have as well. Okay, so any last questions on that? Nothing up there. Nothing looks interesting. Because I do this for a living, like every single day. I talk about jewelry. I look at jewelry. And people ask all the time, wow, that must be the best thing. Honestly, when you do something every single day, even if it's the coolest thing in the world, it's still like, you're used to it, right? You get used to it. I admit it. I get jaded towards looking at beautiful jewelry because I do it every day. I'm looking at that wheel and I'm just like jaw dropped, totally awe-inspired by what's up there, especially that imperial, that yellow diamond. That's a really good cushion cut. It's almost 2 carats in size, but it's not going to cost you like a 2 carat because it's just shy. It's a 181, so it's a great way to save a bundle on a yellow diamond if you've ever wanted 2 carat, but maybe $30,000 isn't in the budget. Take a look at what's up there. If there's anything you like up there, call me, tell me, point me in the right direction. We'll talk about it. But I got to say, we haven't seen any of those pieces up here tonight. And, really except for the diaspora. And that one was a $1,500 open and we didn't get it. So I just thought I'd show you what else we have planned for the show, and that way you can tell me which direction you want us to go in. And then if there is nothing up there of interest, nothing pretty up there as far as you're concerned, we'll move right along. Yes? 2 carat, it's actually a 181. Yes, we'll talk about it here. It's our 181 yellow diamond. It's 1129657 if Tony wants to put up the graphics while I try it on. It's a 181 VS cushion cut. So I know I'm just asking, I'm asking you to do, Tony. I'm just verbally cueing you, that's all. Just because I know it's just a flash, but I want to put it up there since we haven't talked about it yet. So it's 1129657, and it's a carat 81 and a diamond, just the middle. Then there's more. There's going to be 39 points in yellow diamonds additionally. That would be all around it, and then on the sides. This is really giving a lot of two-tone. Then it's got white diamonds at 86 points. So we're getting up there. It's going to give you 306 overall. And like I said, there's a $30,000 price tag if you're looking at 2 carat diamonds. This one being 19 points shy of 2 carats is going to save you a bundle. So I like that personally, because that's one of the tricks in getting a diamond. I know when I bought a diamond or helped somebody else buy a diamond, I was very, very in tune. And I was happy that I knew a lot about diamonds so I could maximize the amount of money spent. Because, even if you're spending $2 million, $3 million, $4 million, I still want to get like the best look and the most bang for my buck. So, knowing the tricks of the trade, well, here's a smart way you get more for your money, because when it's 19 points shy of 2 carats, it's going to be a lot less than if it were 2 carats, but you still get the look. As a matter of fact, the way the diamonds are set around it, it's actually giving the look of a 4-carat diamond, which for the record, I've not had, at least not on this show. So that's exciting. And the entire ring is less than $19,000. It was $18,999 as its bright red price indicates on this bag here. We're gonna do better and take it under $10,000 for a 181 brilliant cushion. This is not a square, it's a rectangular cushion, by the way. So that's also a powerful look. Gives you more look when you've got that elongated cushion, the more traditional cushion, not the square. The square cushions look small compared to what they are. This one looks longer, looks larger. We're gonna make it under 10,000. $99.99 is pretty spectacular. And it's all 14 karat two-tone. Everything matches with the color of gold to the color of diamonds. And it's not $89 or $79 or $69.99. Now we're talking value. And the first caller can get this for $6,888. $6,888. Let's go back to our wheel. We have about 50 seconds left to the top of the hour. Our new diamond band is coming out. And here's another look at that yellow diamond for $6,888. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and a one only. That's the one you're getting. Okay, so we're on our way. It's almost the top of the hour. It means I got to clear that wheel. Anything else that you're interested in, please let me know. We've got 2 purple Paraibas here. The mandarin, the corset ring, the tanzanite drops, the diaspora, the yellow diamond, the moonstone oval, the imperial topaz, the gorgeous Colombian Muzo Mine emerald that's new, and the opal, and of course our tanzanite drops yet again. So anything there, that's my show. That's what I'm supposed to show you for the next hour. What now I'm gonna show you, I don't know. But I know we have a top of the hour. So at least a couple of minutes will be spent here with our new diamond band that we have for you. And again, let me know if anything up there is of interest to you. We'd be happy to give you a full presentation, including the yellow diamond. And that's our imperial. Here's that gorgeous lightning ridge opal. That emerald something special. Yellow diamonds and white diamonds paired up together. This is a $1,500 to open. Diaspora, here's that fabulous corset ring. That's under $2,000. And the tanzanite drop earrings, which we will try to give a little extra look at. What did you take there? Which ones? The gold and diamond ones that we had for $5.99? Oh, okay. Wonderful. So here's what we're going to do next. As we move those aside, we have a little special piece here. And it's something for our top of the hour and something very, very new. And it's really a beautiful, beautiful ring. And we're so excited to bring it to you because otherwise the designers out there of the world do very, very special diamond rings like this. And we are upgrading you a bit. And we're so thrilled to bring it to you. Welcome into our last hour of our Wednesday night here. Glad you're with us tonight. My name is Lauren Blair. This is TVON. I'm the host here, and we've got another hour left to go. And if there's anything off that last wheel that you saw, you can just kind of give us a description. We'll know what it is. We'll bring it up for a full presentation. That is the show. But here we are with the diamond band we've been waiting on. This is a beautiful, beautiful ring. And it's done a little more dainty than, let's say, the diamond rounds that we do. We do most of our diamond bands with either ovals or rounds. We've done them many times over. I've had hundreds of options for you over the years. This is a new upgraded style. It's going to bring you a fancy cut of diamond. The marquise cut is here. But it doesn't look like a marquise cut as necessarily as, let's say, when it's set in a solitaire. Usually when a marquise, it's an elongated cut, of course. It's got points on either side, very elongated, and it has a very distinctive look to it. Very different when you point them in the east-west direction and let them run through a band where it really almost looks like a super elongated oval. You're not seeing the distinctive points you would normally see from the way it's set. Instead, you see this fluidity across the band, all the way one side to the other, and giving you these important diamonds. Let's take a look at it. It's white or yellow gold. It's a new design for us based off of a great high-end designer style that's out there that costs over $22,000, and that's before even tax comes into play. Here's our 113-1289. It's our 1 carat Marquise diamond. That's 1 carat total weight, and you're getting a 5-stone style. So it's perfect for also if you struggle with, if your diamond bands and 5-stone styles don't always stretch across the finger and then they look a little incomplete. This is a perfect idea because the stones themselves are more elongated. When they're going east to west, they're going to create a little more width across the way, meaning even if you have a 7, an 8, a 9, a 10, 11, 12, they're going to still stretch across the finger for you beautifully. So you're not left with basic gold. And that's important, which normally costs a whole lot more money because then you're upping your diamond weight. This is our 5-stone style, 1 carat in diamonds, 20 points each. So it's 5 stones, but when I bring you 5 stones traditionally, like for example in a round brilliant band, they don't look nearly this way because they all sit more compact, obviously with their round diameter. So what they do is they don't cover the entire side to side of your finger. This one does. And it's really gorgeous stacked. It makes a great anniversary band. It looks great stacked with something else. I'm not talking about just stacking only primarily with another ring of the same variety. I'm talking about with your other rings you have already. I could take that yellow diamond here and put it next to it. It would look beautiful that way, even though it's not sitting side by side flush. This is the idea of stacking. You can take anything you like and put it on next to. I love it with this Paraiba. Sorry, I'm reaching around my body here just to show you how this pairs up so well, even though these are different sizes. Look at how it sits next to that ring so beautifully. These are just some of the rings I've shown you a moment ago. Look how that looks together. I could pop another one on the other side for that full ring guard effect that we love so much. But that is a specialty way, and you're seeing 1 yellow gold and 1 white gold, all flanking your beautiful neon pinky Paraiba here. We've got a blowout. Love that about the new designs. Why wait for it to be here and be here for days or months or years to see the blowout price? We just have a few available, and we're bringing them right here and now to you at this incredible value. And when we bring VS Diamonds, we love them because they sparkle. They sparkle unlike anything else. This is so designer, modeled after a $22,000 design house version that is out there that you can go buy in any big city, at any of those big stores, and spend a whole lot of money to do so, i.e. $22,000. We're going to make it a lot more affordable right here and now. This is your chance to pick it up. 1 carat, meaning 5 stones, meaning bigger individual diamonds. That's where diamonds get expensive, especially in fancy cuts. Even though the round brilliants we love and they're iconic and they're classic, they're not as expensive as when we get into the fancier cuts, like emerald cuts, marquise cuts, things like that. That's the beauty of what you're getting here, and we're going to blow it out right now. Major. Now, why is it here on a Wednesday? This is the kind of fair that usually would be on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning. It's here because working with the marquise cuts didn't give us an abundance of options. We couldn't make dozens, we couldn't make hundreds. It's just limited. So it has to be on one of our weeknights when it's a little more limited audience because it's going to sell out so quickly. We're not in the business of disappointing you. We're in the business of making you happy. If jewelry doesn't make you happy, you're shopping in the wrong place tonight. We are here as jewelry lovers who want great values on jewelry. And yet nothing's worse than selling out of something before everybody gets a chance to get one. So here's how we blow it out. $22,000 it will not be, taking it significantly lower and less, and all you do is dial and you get one. And it's not even $2,200. Yes? Yes. Fabulous. Thank you so much. Diamond earrings from earlier just sold out, and now we're working our way towards a sellout on this one because we're busy on the phone lines already. Fabulous to have you. Big value here. Major top of the hour, major show special. And you're not spending $22,000 or $2,000 or $19.99, and we're also making it a blowout. I would recommend, if you are a stacker, if you need great ring guards, if you want to put it next to something else, get a couple today because it's the only day to get them. When they sell out, they're done and gone. There's nothing else we can do in this diamond ring. The marquise we've made them up. We have white or yellow only, no rose, just white or yellow, and this is the way we get to the value. It's not $19.99. This is a huge deal. Remember what we talked about with gold? 2,000 bucks for gold just for the band itself. Look at how it's finished too. Really nicely done on the inside as well. Pinky, thumb, anywhere in between. This is another ring that's versatile to the level of wear it anywhere you want on the hand. But it's not going to be even $19.99. Big diamonds, 20 points minimum, 1 carat minimum. If you get a carat 10, if you get a carat 12, if you get a carat 19, please don't get upset. It's just a minimum carat weight that we can guarantee is at least 1 carat. Most of you are getting far more than that, and you will not have to spend even $19.99. This is a big value, huge value to get in on your gold and your bigger diamonds and your fancy cuts, which you really only find in one place, which is very specialty and very designer. It's where you go if you got more money than you know what to do with. That's where you go buy your jewelry. Here it's a lot easier. We're going to make it under $1,500 at $1,499. Our big top of the hour for this show and this show only is here. And it's right now. It's not 14. Let's keep on going. We got a lot of busy lines. I think we've been waiting on a designer diamond band like this. We've seen the rounds. We've even seen the ovals. Now we're getting into these really high-end specialty cuts, and it's not 14 or 13 or 12 or 11 or $10.99. We're going to blow them out right now. You will not ever see this again because, well, limited marquise, you know this, we never get to work in the marquise cut. It is easily the rarest cut in white diamonds that we could ever possibly venture to do, and now it's here. And under $1,000, we're going $999, and that's while they last when there's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them gone, just like that. So our $999 deal instead gets you the diamond band of a lifetime, gets you the marquise that stretch all the way across. That's the beauty of it, giving you that side-to-side amazing look. And here we are at $999. That's it, $999. What else can we show you? Should we do we dare bring out the Windsors and discount Windsor sapphires in big sizes? Do we recap the cashmere? Because the Cashmere Museum Masterpiece and the 1525 Tanzanite are still here. And we have more on the way. Now also, I showed you everything for the show tonight, but that doesn't mean we can't run back to the vault, get something, and bring it out. So if you have a request that has not been shown, that's allowed as well. It's not allowed, it's encouraged. So give us a call with any of your requests. There's one thing I haven't shown you, and that's the Tanzanite ring, not the 15 carat, because I get that the 15 carat's not going to be for everybody, but I do have a 9 carat 10 that's a cushion cut square. Looks gorgeous. Look at the big diamonds we put beside it, and those very nice cornered prongs. Love it. Okay, what colors are we taking to the band? I know in the turquoise, yellow gold was overwhelming. How are we feeling about the marquise band? Which one? White gold's going up. Most popular usually is. With our white diamonds, it's all about the white gold. Glad you got it. Thank you so much. We've got another one. Jason, what color for you? 2 going out in white gold. Fabulous. Thank you so much. We've got 2 more going out in the white. Let's another white gold. See, white gold's the most popular here tonight in this particular band. Okay, last call, 60 seconds. We're going to move on. Any other requests? And we still have 1 pair of diamond earrings that I flashed a little while ago. Look at these diamonds. Look at those big old diamond rounds with baguettes together, making the largest of the button styles we do here. Looking forward to sharing that with you. Get a couple if you can. They make great stackables. Let me show them again. Sure, 2 stacked on the finger. Now remember, you can do any finger you'd like because that's going to be size dependent. You tell me if you want it as a pinky ring, go a little smaller. If you want it as a thumb ring. Now you can see here the difference. I would love to have, now I could put probably 5 or 6 on at a time and that'd be a really good look. Then you'd be spending what? Let's say you get 5. You're spending under $5,000 to get 5 carats of diamonds among 25 stones. That's the deal. 20 points minimum each. Look at how they go. My 5 stone rounds do not do this. You know that because I've shown it 100 times. Maybe that's probably a very conservative estimate. The 5 stone band only has diamonds that go from here to here. That's it. So it leaves you with some metal presence on the side. And there's nothing really wrong with that inherently. It just doesn't give you as luxe a look when you see gold on the sides. What's really gorgeous is to see this whole side to side. You know, somebody asked me the other day, she was actually a little upset with me. She was like, why don't you do eternity bands? I watch you every day. I never see you do eternity bands. You bring it all, you do it all, you bring all these exotics, you bring new. Where are the eternity bands? And then I explained why we don't do them, because of the sizing of, well, the carat weights differ. It's hard to give you one price on eternity band when one eternity band in a size 3 might have 1 carat in diamonds, and then an eternity band in a size 12 would have like 20 carats in diamonds. So it's tough to make them all uniform, right? And we always like to offer sizing and all these, and then it made sense. And she went, oh, yeah, I get you, I got you. This is the look. Did anyone else notice that? It looks, if you just saw that on my finger now and didn't see it up close, where you can see the background, you would say, that's an eternity band. It is as close as we can get you without doing that complicated, okay, it's a very complicated presentation when literally every band would swing within $10,000. We've tried it, we've done it, and unless you're cool with me just offering one size, here's a size 7, here's the carat weight, fine. But we know that doesn't work for everybody. And one of the things we pride ourselves in so much here at TVON is the ability to make sure pieces are really custom for you and that you don't have to worry about, well, obviously we offer sizing. It's specific sizing, quarter, half, 3/4 sizes, and full sizes as well. But that's the beauty of it. You can't do that in an eternity band. This is that look. Not to mention, what if down the line, I mean, how many people, have you ever done this where you get a ring originally and you wear it on one finger of the hand, and then later on you decide, I'm gonna change where I wear that ring? Well, with that comes a change in size. If you have an eternity band, you are stuck with that size forever and ever, amen. You cannot change the size just with a couple $100 and a little bit of labor. So there's also that. You're really stuck with that one size. It's nice to have versatility of a ring like this where, yeah, it's a little flexible down the line. If you decide suddenly I want to wear that as a pinky ring instead of a ring finger ring, maybe your ring size changes. That's, you know, those are the options you have when you've got a band where it actually has those opportunities, the sizing capability, the ability to, again, size it down the line. We size it for you still, but just if down the line, let's say 10 years from now, you decide my size 7 doesn't work for me anymore, I need something different, you have that option here, whereas you wouldn't in a true eternity band, yet when it's on, gives you that look. So $9.99 there. Let's carry on. We've got beautiful diamond earrings for you. Gonna go way bigger in diamond weight here. We got a carat 60 in diamond earrings that are this larger round size, this larger round shape with these beautiful diamonds, great finishing. It's 1130-627. And that is my round disc earring. Now that is a wild one. Wait till you see them on the ear because they have so much presence while still not being anything you have to worry about as far as drop styles or anything like that. Easy to wear. Great style, sits on the ear, 18 karat gold, no less. They're beautifully finished on the inside too. So we'll share that with you. But there's a really, and only white gold, so it's just one pair. Here they are, white gold. This is what goes out to you. And you can see how exquisite and bright white those diamonds are. There's that finishing. Let's give you a measurement because they are a ½ inch in their diameter. So we'll give you a look there. That's how they look from a distance. They're actually a little bit more than that. And then I will show you one on the ear here as well so you can see it that way. But 18 karat white gold, loaded with diamonds here. I find they look a lot larger than a carat 60, but it's really the combination here of having all these different cuts together. It's rounds and baguettes all brought together in this round style. So they're really, really pretty. They have that centered post, so you don't need to worry a thing about it. Big, oversized butterfly backings coming with them so that they won't do this. They won't fall to one side or the other. They stay upright, stay right there, and yes. For what? Okay, so Trillion Moonstone's back now. So maybe just showing it was prophetic. We'll show it again. Trillion Moonstone is back available, so let me give that a look. It got swapped out for a diamond band, so we'll give that another look, and then we're on our way. But this is the way to get your earrings, and it's our last call in the show, 44 minutes left to go. This is, by the way, what I'm talking about if you missed it. This is the Trillion Cut Moonstone from the very first item of the show tonight, 1130-732. Just got swapped out for something else. It's our 239. 11 points in the diamonds, one on each side, bigger stones there, and that's in the white gold, and that's only $999 for that Trillion Moonstone. So if anybody was disappointed that they missed out on that earlier, you have a second chance opportunity to get that trillion moonstone, which I'll show on my hand. And then we'll get into a great value on these carat 60 diamond earrings that are so lovely as well. But look at how bright that is. I was pointing out earlier, in the up close, it's got a lot of greens and blues and turquoisey colors. From this perspective, it really is showing a lot of the traditional rainbow colors. The softer pinks and purples are there. The little bit of gold and yellows there. The greens and the blues also still there. So just a very unique cut in the trillion, especially with those big diamonds around it. Love that. So that's $9.99. The earrings are a little different here. They're carat 60. We're going to blow them out. This is the ultimate earring to me. It's that ultimate button style, whereas a stud's probably not going to achieve that size. Not in a traditional stud. You know, a stud implies one center stone. If there was one center stone of that diameter, you see there a half an inch, well, that equates to about 12, 13 millimeters. If you had one diamond that was 12 to 13 millimeters, because there's approximately 25 millimeters per inch, and obviously if you're at a half inch, that's approximately 12 and a half, 13 millimeters. If that was one diamond, you're looking at about 7, 8 carat. That would be 14 to 16 carats in total weight. I can honestly say, I can't even come up with, I don't think I've seen a 16 carat diamond stud with just one bigger diamond. That's going to be a challenge to find. So how beautiful is it that you can get this look of, but let's face it, sparkles even more, because one individual diamond round brilliant is not going to sparkle the way all of these different stones put together are going to. With the different cuts, not only that, but with multiple stones and different cuts together, you get a whole nother level of sparkle you cannot get with one individual stone. One individual stone is not going to be capable of what kind of sparkle this can bring. So let's just go ahead and blow it out right now, and then we got to get our museum pieces out the door before the show is over. Got to get the tanzanite, which was the emerald cut, the 1525, and the cashmere. They've got to go before the show is over, and yes, we did. I'm just so happy we had a chance to bring you some more museum tonight. That was so much fun. And now we get to do something wild here. No longer $69.99, mega value right now. One pair, let's get them gone. White gold, 18 karat. If you're sensitive to gold and alloys, perfect way to go. You've got your 18 karat gold here, and we're going to make them $1,999 instead. $19.99, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous pair of earrings. So stunning. And you see it? It starts with that core of the round brilliance here. Actually, from the side, you can see that's slightly elevated. That center cluster of round brilliance is slightly elevated, and then around that, that's where your baguettes and your rounds start alternating. That is such a beautiful earring, and an earring you're going to wear a lot. And there was 7,000 ordinarily, which is interesting because that's the price of our 2 carat diamond stud. I do have a 2 carat diamond stud. They're also much smaller in comparison. If you were to spend $7,000 here on a diamond stud, it gets you some important diamonds, but they're not going to still be anywhere close to the size that this gives you overall in the diameter. Okay, so let's get to our beautiful emerald, because we have quite the emerald here. And I know we showed it. Remember, I showed you everything from the show, but if you need a little guidance here, I'm enjoying the way this one looks here. From a distance, but also up close is really something to behold. This is some of the cleanest emerald we've ever brought, and they always are going to look, when you're this up close, we're designed to show you every last detail of your stone. It's pretty remarkable to be this close to a stone you've never seen before. It's a brand new ring, it's a brand new design, it's a brand new mounting, and we are looking with this 10 power magnification, and just look at the clarity there. 113. 1339. And that is your item number. Extremely important stone here. Did you notice when I just set it down to move it a little bit, how you see there's actually the reflection of the tweezers. That's transparent. You see the reflection of the tweezers within it. That is like a looking glass of bright green. It's 153 on our private collection Colombian emerald. This is not just any Colombian emerald, not just Muzo Mine. That's great. It's beyond that. We're talking about a private collect. That tells you something. No wonder it's so clean. This was set aside and reserved many decades ago. Obviously, we weren't here, but the family that runs this company was, and has been 6 generations running now of collecting the best gemstones in the world. Supplying museums, supplying jewelers, supplying vendors, dealers, and supplying museums with some of the best. But also, you don't tend to be in a business like this for 6 generations unless it's more than a business, it's a passion. And so you really do share that passion. When you grow up around a business, I think that a lot of times when it's something you watch from a young age, you watch the family pride taken in that business, you get to know it from a very young age. I think that's why we see generations follow in their family footsteps, keeping up with the traditions of different styles, because that's what you know, that's what you love, and that's what you appreciate. I see so many people in the jewelry industry that are just that way. I imagine that's not unique. I think there's a lot of industries where that may be the case, and where it's a really beautiful tradition in the family. And yet, to have stones like this that have been tucked away in the private collection, when you're around stones all the time, it's like no different than you as a jewelry lover and me as a jewelry lover and a jewelry presenter, where it really is when you're around something all the time and you see a stone that moves you to the point of setting it aside and keeping it, when your business is to share it and trade it and move gemstones, and yet that's the stone you wanted to keep, I think it says a lot. So when you see those 2 words, private collection, I think that means a lot, because A, you wouldn't have exposure to stones like this out in the retail world or anywhere else. And B, that's you got to take into consideration how many stones are seen to put that one aside. It's a lot of them. So there's obviously something very special with that particular gem that qualified it to be set aside for so many years. And now it's being shared with all of you. 153, 24 points in the yellow, 75 points in the white diamonds as well, and really keeps that going. It would be tempting to just put it on that more traditional band and let the band be narrow right down the sides, but instead, no. You see how it gets wider up towards that outer halo. You've actually got 2 halos of the yellow, a third in the white, and then you see how it's wider before it narrows down the side. So it just makes it so much more of an impressive mounting, and really what that stone deserves. Here's what it looks like from a distance away as well. And if we saw it that clean close up, I don't think it's any surprise to anybody that it is now even glowing even further when you see it from this perspective. So incredible piece, just shy of a carat in diamonds. I'm gonna blow it out right now. One caller, one collector deserves to have this stone. This is what the best of the best is that stone. And I know we show you a lot of gorgeous emeralds, but to see one where you can't find a flaw. There it is. Look at that exact upright level. This one deserves $12,999. I don't see any problem with that. I think it could rightfully go maybe on another night, but tonight going to take it lower just so we can for sure share this with one of you, get this home, see what it's all about. If you think it's beautiful now, wait till you see this at home in person with your own 2 eyes. It is so stunning. So stunning. I know we just finished May. This is a May birthstone, but obviously one of the big 3. I think we can all appreciate a really good emerald when they come around. But it's not going to be $12,000 or $10,000. We've had several $99.99 pieces tonight. They're still here with us. We'll recap them before we go, and we'll get them home. But this one's, I think, got to go lower than $99.99, and it deserves that price. That's a discount from where it should be. We can all understand that. We know good emeralds. It's not like this is the first time you've ever seen a really good emerald or a really good quality piece of jewelry. You guys know it. You're around it all the time with us here. It's not going to be even $4,999. All you can do is call. And when you do, you're going to be glad you did, because there's going to be more than one shopper, more than one caller, and yet I've got one ring. And we're not divvying the 153 up. It's one here in this enormous mounting, and yet so stunning, and not $49.99 either. Going even like you asked for it, you know it. We got to, I believe when you bring quality like this, I'm such a believer. I'm always a believer. And when you're around great gems, and I know you know them, you see something like this, you know it's not a matter of the stone. The stone is, we all see it for what it is. We can all appreciate how amazing that stone is. We just need to get that price down. And I think we all understand it deserves a higher price tag. It deserves $13,000. But that's not always in the budget. And if not, great news. It's going lower than even $5,000 tonight. It's going significantly less. You don't have to spend $49.99. You're not even spending $45 or $44 or $43 or $42. I got to move jewelry and we got 33 minutes to do it. So little higher end piece going lower just makes the value that much better. And that's what's important. It's not going to be 42 or 41 or $4,000. We can do this, guys. We're going to make it $39.99. First caller steals it. Steals it completely. That's it right there. That's the $39.99. That's the one you want. That's the one you need to have in your life. If you are the most particular about, I mean, literally, guys, if you just, I mean, I got a very high standard for jewelry. I know most of you do too. If you tend to be, and I say this as a compliment, if you are a self-proclaimed, self-described jewelry snob, and you're a gemstone snob, and you only want the best, but maybe $32,000 a carat is not in the cards, that's what emeralds cost you of this quality elsewhere. This is how you do it. $39.99, we'll see who's got it. That's a certainty. That's going to be gone. It's just going to be done and gone. And you get one of the cleanest emeralds I've ever shown you here. And it's huge. It's a 153. It's going to look like a 3 carat. If it were any other stone, it'd be 3 carats. It's amazing. It is amazing. And we'll see who's got it. Gosh, that's a great, now it's a great discount. It's the deal and the quality now. Now it's everything, all rolled into one. And don't forget about our corset ring. Love the corset ring. Yellow diamond we had earlier. That's our big cushion cut. This is just as fine as emerald gets, unless you go fake. You know, nobody here is doing that. This is gone. Congratulations. Enjoy it. What else do we have? Tanzanite drops. I got to show these. The Tanzanite ovals, just want to get them a look here. We saw them on our wheel, but that's what we're doing. I'm going to, since I showed you the whole show, we're going to highlight a few pieces individually here so you can get to know them a little bit better. But here is our Tanzanite drop earring, and it's really special. 113-1355 is the number. 2 incredibly saturated oval stones, maybe a match to a ring you already have. Hope so. It is a beauty. And then, yeah, we can always revisit the diaspora for you as well. Our emerald is now gone. Looking forward to seeing who's going to get 911. 9 carats 11, that is, of your Tanzanite ovals here. And busy on the phone lines, and I'm sorry that emerald's already gone. To everybody who just missed out, I'm so sorry. Call early, please. Always a good idea. Never will hurt you, always will help you. But this is my Tanzanite drop earring. They're 18 karat gold. There's 9 carats 11 of your museum reserves, matched up about 4 carats and a half each. And then you've got diamonds, 17 points at kite cuts. Diamonds in the front of the hoop, 15 points there. And oh my, what a Tanzanite. Ovals together, perfectly matched. And we all know that getting this close, if there was any difference, any perceptible difference in the color, you would see it. That's the whole point of a close-up shot. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm trying to show you everything there is to know about your jewelry. More than you will ever even realize when you're looking at it in person. Here's the length that you're going to have. And all 18 karat, like our earrings have so often been tonight. There's 1.25 inches from top to bottom. There you can see from the side, so 1.25 inches, maybe a tad more if we're really getting specific. And then I'll try one on. They lowered the post. Remember, this is that great lever back, so just a hinge that opens up and then closes and clicks. Could not be easier, super secure. And yet, piercing coverage included in the design. Love that too. Here's what they look like on. Oh yeah. So attractive to see that color, and that saturation level is just everything. The neon is so incredible, isn't it? Mm-hmm. They're very, very, very nice. And if you want them in yellow gold, we'll do that for you. If you'd rather have yellow gold, no problem. Rose gold, don't recommend it, but yellow gold or white gold, good to go. And this is that length there. You can see that movement they're going to give, but always staying forward, always facing out. Everyone's seeing that great Tanzanite material with all those reds. Let's take it lower than even, no longer $26,999. Back to the wheel we'll go. I got a major value here for you, and I love those high-end. Don't take the diamond weights necessarily at face value. So some very important diamonds that you happen to have. right above the tanzanite. So it's less about the carat weight, more about these divine cuts you're getting. And we're going to blow them out for less than even, oh, I thought I got the fingerprint off. I didn't. Yes. Do you want to redo it? Should we re-auction it? I had a couple people asking about it, so I just mentioned that. We can bring it back up. Sure, we'll do that. You know what? Let me just give these a better price first. And under $10,000, they go. We're going to go $49.99. That's right. $49.99 for 9 carats plus in tansies. Then we're going to do the diaspora. We have some requests, multiple requests to bring that back out. Sounds like we may want to get that started in auction after all. So we'll bring that out for another look. That'll be a lot of fun. And any last minute requests, hey, we're down to 27.5 minutes. So we definitely need to hear what those requests are now, sooner rather than later. And then I do have a tanzanite ring that's also a 9 carat. It's a 9 carat 10. But that's in 1 stone. Ring is going to have 1 stone. Here are the earrings, 2. Okay. So for my next trick tonight, we have a few of you asking if we could possibly consider bringing it back. I think that this tells us is some people have probably been doing a little bit of their due diligence and maybe perhaps a little research on diasporas and maybe looking at where they go, what they look like, and how, yeah, not a lot of great options out there, especially for an affordable price tag. Well, we'll revisit our 374 here. It is... We flashed it earlier. We actually did more than flash it. We got it down from $5,500 to $15,000 and then proceeded to not get an open. But I think at that point, we were all waiting for the top of the hour in the diamond band, and we wanted to see what was new on a Wednesday. So here we are revisiting this square cushion cut diaspora, which is a 324. So I'm sorry. Joanne, let them know it's a 324, not 374. So it's a 324. Not a huge difference, but it's a difference. So 324. 12 points in the yellow, 45 points in the white. That all stays the same. Same stone, hasn't changed. Here's what we're going to offer for you. 2-tone gold is how it stays. That's only to correspond with the diamonds. Now, there's very little yellow. It's mostly the white gold. You'll see the back of the band, the basket work. Everything is in white with the exception of the prongs for the center and the yellow diamonds in that halo. Everything else is set in white gold. That's how it will stay. We'll size it for you, whatever you need, but it's not going to be, well, not $5,500. Do we have the open at 15? We officially have the open at 15. So that means we can give it a last little call here because we won't spend a lot of time on it. I don't want to dwell on it. We did show it for a while earlier and worked really, really hard to get it as low as we did at $1,500, and now we've got that open. So here's the great news. You still got a moment or two. We're actually going to give it 2 minutes here to finalize it. Got 2 more minutes to dial in if you'd like to be a part of this one and give it your best bid. $10 increments are all we ask here. This is one of the rarest stones, one of the tougher stones in the world to get. Not a lot of places have it. I feel like when I show you diaspora, I almost feel like we're going back in time to an era before tanzanite was well known. Because even though it was discovered in the late 60s, it really did not come to the commercial marketplace until the 80s. And even then, it was still not a household name. It was still really new. Not everybody knew what it was or knew about. It really took until, honestly, the home shopping world. The more specialty jewelers on TV are really who are credited throughout the industry for bringing this stone to the popularity. I'm talking about tanzanite. Now, there's a lot of us that are inclined to think that maybe this is on the same path, but I got to tell you, I don't think it is necessarily, just because it's so much more limited out of Mother Nature. There's just not as much of it. This is one source as well, like tanzanite is. It also changes color. That's what tanzanite does not do. Sometimes you'll see a bicolor, but there's no change in color tanzanite. They don't exist. This is that phenomenal effect that has the ability to change color, and very dramatically so. So you don't see, first of all, it's more limited as a gem. It's doing exotic things as a gem, but also it's really crucial to remember that there's just not a lot of it. So I don't think this is ever, and that's okay. If it never becomes a household name because it's not just floating out there everywhere in every jewelry store, that's okay. That speaks to the rarity of this stone. But we're looking at the better quality. It goes for about $5,800 in the wholesale district and the wholesale world, and I saw that on Monday. Once again, $5,800 per carat pricing on your diasporas. Very different here when we've got a better quality to begin with. And we're going to now finalize the auction. We have our open at 15, $10 increments only. Let's give it 2 final minutes on the clock, and we'll be moving along. 2 minutes left. Tanzanite, I have a ring. one ring. We do have one for you. So we will be seeing that. And I'm going to go low because we're going to need to on our tanzanite jumbo ring. We got a 9 carat that's very wearable. It's beautiful, as a matter of fact. We've got great ways we set it, but now it's about the yellow diamonds, the white diamonds, all surrounding your amazing color-changing diaspore. That is something else. It's the richness. It's much more saturated than they usually are. There are already, and it's just shifting between, is it green? Is it champagne? Is it, I'm seeing pink, I'm seeing purple. How does one stone do this kaleidoscope of colors? Well, it's a really cool one, and it's a really cool phenomenal. And yes, it will overall, once it changes color in its full respect, it goes from one color to another. But right now, there's more than one color on display. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And right now, we have 45 seconds left to get you in. And we're only looking at $10 on the increment, 10 bucks. So 1510 potentially could win it. We're going to find out here when all is said and done. Yes, questions? Okay, so we are 30 seconds away from wrapping up this auction. And then I think we're going to do some recaps. And we still have our cashmere, gotta go. GIA certified cashmere sapphire that's over 2 carats. Gotta bring it back out. Probably just was too early. We also had coral, Mediterranean coral by the yard in a necklace. Something to consider. Still have a few of those available for you. The most stunning imperial topaz ever. It's really good. And then my corset ring is here. Designer corset ring. Do we have 1550? Yes, you've got it? You do. Sold. Congratulations. That's gone. Here's what I have for you here. Ooh. I do love this ring because I like a little dramatic jewelry here. This is definitely it. 1130398. Let's zoom back. Every single row of your 18 karat gold here is textured. And then on the very, very ends of all these textured layer rims of gold, you've got diamonds dotting along this amazing, I'm going to say the word jagged, but that makes it sound like it's sharp or uncomfortable. No, there's nothing really sharp or uncomfortable, nothing. It's just a really cool ring that looks so much prettier when you see it actually on the hand because, well, the open work from the middle to the sides is really so much more attractive when you see it actually on the hand, like I'm going to show you now. That's what we're talking about. And a perfect ring for middle or index fingers because it is so wide, because it is a little bit adjustable. I mean, obviously I want to size it for you right away to whatever you need. But if you on one day needed to cinch it in a little bit smaller and you wanted to get a little half size or so smaller, go ahead. You can do that like I just did there. So you can do what you need, but again, just tell us this ring size for whatever finger you're planning on wearing it. We'll make it that size. But there it is in the 18 karat white gold. I love how it almost looks. It reminds me a little bit of an organic geode, the way gemstone crystals are found. You know, usually you turn in or you open up the inside of rock. It might just look like basic plain rock on the outside, and you open it up and maybe there's crystal gem deposits, rough crystals of gemstones that are what we typically call geodes. You've probably seen before. There's almost a jagged edge to those crystals. That's what it reminds me of in maybe in one type of way. It's just a really beautiful look, and it's a great price tag. It's only $19.99 to get that one to you, and then we'll recap our cashmere. And we'll recap our 15 karat. And then if anybody wants a big old mandarin garnet, we've got one of the cleanest, brightest mandarins. And I think we need to give a little look to the purple Paraíba as well, because I did have a purple Paraíba on that huge wheel when I showed you everything we had for the night in a wheel. I had a really gorgeous purple Paraíba, and I think that if you know those stones, could have been a little intimidating. You may have thought it was more money than it actually is. So we'll be able to bring that out for you as well and give you a full presentation. But that is $19.99, size it to any size you need, and it's in the white gold only. Okay, so let's bring out that purple Paraíba because we're running really short on time here. We got 19 minutes, and we still are taking requests. Haven't had any tonight. We'd love to know what your requests are. But this, and it was earlier tonight that the purple Paraíba necklace I had went so quickly. Well, here's the match. Now, the gold's different. This one's in yellow gold right now. It's item number 1129759. And it's our big carat 50, actually carat 39 here. So a really good size stone for this purple copper bearing material. Finished on the inside as these signature mountings are. Carat 01 in diamonds as well. And we have just this one. So it's going to go in a hurry. We know that. Come on in. Give us a quick call. We got the value. And it is the time to dial. It's really important to do so now before we run out of time. We know how impressive that is, that quality, the color, the clarity. So there's so many things that can go awry when you get copper elements in your stone. Meaning inclusions, inclusions, inclusions. Dirty, very much so, typically. That's not the case here at all. You've got this beautiful mounting that's our signature mounting, our beloved. This is one of the first mountings that I was selling way back in the day, many, many, many years ago. Here it is in such a beautiful, shining, classic example of what good pave around a halo does. The sides are completely pave and rounded a bit. I'm going to show you that inside so you can see there's all that finishing we love, but it's also a great way to look at the clarity of the stone. If you can look past that under gallery, there's not a flaw to be found from that direction either, which is usually where it's more visible and more just a little easier to see inclusions from that perspective when you turn your stone upside down. This is our 139 with 101 in diamonds. Time to move it, and quickly. And it's a great look. I'll tell you, I can change the gold here, so that's good. If you got, I don't know if you're still with me, but whoever got that necklace earlier, this is such a good match in a ring. If you don't have one already, it might be a perfect way to get a match set. And then I could change it. Since I knew the necklace was only in white gold, we could change this to white or rose for you instead. But you got all that diamond weight. Look at how they as well go side to side all the way. So again, another one of those eternity looks without it having to be costly or not sizable, so we love that. But here's what we'll do on this one. Bringing it down in price. Used to be $49.99. Nowhere near that tonight. We're here to make sure that we get all the pieces we've shown you. And remember, it is that time of the evening where it is time for last minute requests or recaps. Anything we can show you. If there's anything you want us to bring out from the vaults, we'll do that too. But this one's got to go, and it won't be $49.39 or $29.99. Going to go in a hurry. That is a certainty. We understand certain things. When things get too cheap, they go. We knew that. All the brand new, gone. Here's one that's our second time on the air. It's not even $2,500. We're going $24.99 on that one. And that'll be it. For the purple putty, I have one that I showed you that's a little more pinky raspberry. This is really that true neon purple. That's what this is. A little ultraviolet coming through, a really different purple color than really any other gem I can think of. I mean, it's totally different than kunzite, purple sapphire, amethyst, tanzanite, you name it. It's got its own distinctive copper rich, is going to turn that into all kinds of neons, which is what gives you all that wow factor. And it's so clean. And that's not a small stone. That's a 139. So we're getting up there in the size. Now, if you wanted a purpley red pink, the ultimate rarity would be our cashmere. There is an unheated cashmere sapphire. I showed it much earlier, about 2 hours ago. Here it is our last look at it. It is our cashmere sapphire, GIA certified, 113-1214 is the number. It's got a carat 79 in diamonds around it in, once again, yellow gold. But look at that beautiful 221. And to get a stone that is from a mine, there are certain mines in this world that are really famous. And there aren't a lot of them. We all kind of talk about gems all the time. So we know certain mines are certain really well-known mines for certain gems. But then there are famous, downright famous mines. Cashmere is one of them. Here's our unheated cashmere sapphire, all certified by the GIA. So the Gemological Institute of America, which is just the top notch when it comes to certs. And yet this is that super clean, super bright, glowing, carat 79 diamond. Started way back when at a whole lot of money, like $189,000. I'm not asking for that or anywhere near that. That's not the price tag that's going to get it to must go. That must go element is really crucial here. At $189,000, it's not going anywhere. I've had pieces that are pricey sell, but never one that's close to $200,000. That doesn't happen. And mostly because, not because we don't have that quality, because we don't need to. We don't ever ask those types of prices, even when the stone, like this one here, it is deserving of that price tag. That's not what we do. That's not how we price it. That's not where we leave it. We're about value. Now, this is a museum masterpiece must go. Those were supposed to end on Sunday. Our last one was on Sunday. And then I'm at the show on Monday, I see this ring, and I said, we didn't show that. That's one I've got to show to our audience, our collectors at home, so everybody has a chance, because to be able to mark this one down when the mine is done and it's been closed for over 100 years, that's a big deal. We got the cert with it, which is coming to you. This is for the stone. The stone has a photograph on the cert. It's got it denotes a couple of important things. It denotes the mine and the origin. It also denotes the fact it's unheated. Incredibly important in the sapphire world, especially when it's a cashmere 221. So all of that's happening, and it's under. With the carat 79 diamonds, which arguably the mounting would be worth more today without the cashmere, this is $99.99 today on our show. $9,999 right now on our show for one caller, and that is incredible. And the color is more rare. If you got a blue cashmere, okay, fine. But this is a more rare variety here because it's not blue. It's got that purpley red pink. It's really purple with that undertone of a hot pinky red that comes through. And to get that for under $10,000, totally remarkable. And undeniably one of our best values I've ever brought you. So collectors, and I know you're out there, we got collectors every single show we do. This is the one to own, and it's so little. I know that's a big divide between $189,000 and $99.99, but that's the must-go part of this equation. That's why we say must go, and that's why they are driven down to these price tags that you're seeing. It's that dedication, really, to saying, let's get them a home. It's fun to look at them. It's fun to bring them out every now and then. It's fun to say, we've got one. But it's even better to say, you need to experience this, and you can experience it. And by the way, if you like the Corundum family, there's our ruby from earlier tonight. I had this brand new ruby pendant on in the first couple of minutes of the show earlier. And let me remove the little polishing cloth from the prong, and it'll look even better. It is our ruby that is our 80-point light 1 carat heart shape. And that is also, that's a great way to get a natural corundum stone in a very high-end quality. And that piece, it's $9.99 in 18 karat gold, and that was an 87-pointer. So just want to remind you, if you missed the first couple of minutes of the show, because here we are in the last few minutes of the show, if you missed those first couple of items, that is one that definitely needed a recap. Of course, it sits like this on the neckline, heart shape, halo, and diamonds in the bail, and that's only $999. So that will be it on the ruby. So just a reminder, just want to throw in some recaps here for you, some last-minute moments to consider. And then if anybody wants this gorgeous kunzite, this 5905, look at this. This is the 59, guys, I was going to do this for $99.99 today. Tell you what, it's the end of the show. We didn't get a chance to discuss it yet. It's 112-6552. It's massive. The aqua alone is 7 carats, 649 to be exact. Your kunzite is 5905, and it's all in 14 karat white gold with diamonds. 60 points in diamonds that go all the way around your exotic radiant cut kunzite. This was supposed to be $99.99 as a markdown, as a must go. Let's take it lower for the last literal 10 minutes of the show that we have. That's all we've got. We see you tomorrow. This is not going to be $99 or $89.99. This is what I got to do. We got to move some jewelry here at the end of the night. If it's the cashmere, great. I'm going to show that one to you on the hand. If it's this one you'd like, which look at this length it gives you. It delivers, yeah, this would be the statement pendant of all statement pendants. Here it is size-wise. That's 1 inch and 5/8. It's actually, yeah, it's over 1.5 inches. It's really 1 inch and 5/8. Top to bottom, all gems. And that's down another $1,000. We're going to go $79.99 on that one. $79.99, and let me just show you on the neckline. Why not? There are very few pendants I have that are ever going to give you a 60 karat gem and 7 karat or 6.5 karat Sierra Santa Maria right there. There's our cashmere. Ooh, look at these. What museum, which like we've rated all the museum exhibits of the world and we're just showing them to you and giving stuff away. There's the kunzite with aqua. Here's the cashmere, $99.99, $79.99. This is it for the show. 8+ minutes to go. Gotta get those out the door. This one is wild. Who in their right mind would ever imagine an under $8,000 price tag for a 60 carat kunzite, almost. I mean, it's real close. And that huge aqua. You know what we'd get for that aqua? If that aqua was sitting there somewhere in a ring, that alone would be 10 grand for the aqua by itself. That's the accent. This is the bail, so you're going to have plenty of room for your favorite chains. How about that for $79.99? So a few recaps to do before we go. Yes, the purple Paraiba is still here. Look at that. That purple Paraiba is, it's interesting. There's more purple in the kunzite than the purple Paraiba. That is a testament to how really saturated that stone is. That's still Sierra Santa Maria right up top, emerald cut. Grab that if you can. Here's the cashmere, $99.99 for the cashmere. Here's the 15 karat 25. Got to show you our 15 karat 25 blue wing block D in the bridge. I know nothing is really going to ever be as sizable as this pendant, but we'll leave that as a backdrop, and then we'll show you the cashmere. Here's that 1525 tanzanite. That's gorgeous. That is also $99.99, so everything is $99.99 or less on this wheel, and those are the ones to consider from this evening. These are all museum masterpieces in their own right, and they've all got to go. Here's our purple Paraiba as well. That's $24.99. And then let me do something crazy on this one. We haven't seen it in full, but it's got a really big value and discount for our big mandarin garnet. And there's the mandarin garnet. That's a cushion cut, by the way. So in this really oversized, lots of gold in that mounting, diamonds side to side. Here's what I'm going to do on the mandarin. If you would like to get the mandarin, we're just going to do a crazy little value at the end of the show here as it sits up with a lot of its fellow best of the best. If you'd like the mandarin, which is a 2 carat exactly, clean, bright, neon, everything. This is quite the value here on anything up here. But if you'd like the mandarin, that's got 2 carats in the mandarin, 42 points in the diamonds. They're set really everywhere across the gold side to side. Love the cutout detail. There's some ribbing on the gold on the sides. If you'd like to get that mandarin, that really should go closer to the kunzite price. It's not. We're not doing $79.99 anymore on the mandarin. And 2 carat mandarins, I think we all know what they do. They are not inexpensive stones. 2 carats, when you hit that mark, there goes your budget. I mean, the mandarin garnets just are so rare that even a 50 pointer is costly. A 1 carat tends to run you about 5 grand. A 2 carat tends to be closer to 15. I'm doing something wild here. If you'd like this entire ring, this is just a little end of the show special here. Got to move some jewelry out of everything up here. This may be the buy of the night, just because I'm trying to do a little headline here at the end of the show and really reward those of you and thank those of you who are with us at these last couple of minutes. It is not going to be even 10,000, 8,000, 7,000, 6,000, 5,000. This mandarin garnet, which I'm about to show you on the hand, will not be even $5,000 to get this one home. That's the 2 carat, almost a 1/2 carat in diamond side to side. I'm not doing 4,000 or 3,000 or even 2. It's the gimme. End of the night here. We got 5 minutes to go. It's 112-9153. If you'd like the 2 carat mandarin garnet, it is $1,999, and that is just a grand finale. Talk about the grandest of them all. That might be it. And that's 112-9153 if you want to see all the graphics. 2 carats because, well, one of our bigger mandarins here, and just as lively as ever. It's the look of yellow diamonds. It's when you get the look of yellow diamonds through it, suddenly you know you got clean, top quality, clarity as well. 139, 2 carats on the stone and 42 points in the diamonds as well. So that's going to be it side to side. And then those little cutout details really are a nice way to make a wider, bigger band really comfortable at the same time. So both can be true. You can have a lot of gold presence and it be comfortable. So you don't have to worry about it. And you've got the cutouts even up top and bottom here, cutouts on the side. 2 carats, $19.99. This is really happening. I'm literally giving you the $9,000 ring for under 2. And if you want to take it, you can have any gold you want as well. White, yellow, or rose gold. Totally up to you, and your option will make it your size. It does not matter. It's going to be right out to you. And we're doing the sizing for free. The shipping is free as always. And there's your big gold color change too for free as well if you want to change it. And you may not too. The golden colors, the rich golden colors of the gold look fantastic, especially with the way that is just popping those yellow colors. It's $19.99. Somebody's got to get it. So let me walk you through what's on this wheel. So we know the $19.99 mandarin. We've just become acquainted with that. We have the $99.99 cashmere, GIA certified. We have this massive 1525 tanzanite, also $99.99. The most affordable thing on this wheel is the mandarin, but second to it is the Purple Paraiba for $24.99 for our Purple Paraiba. And then you can also get the massive kunzite, almost 60 carats, with a 6.5 carat aqua right up top. And that is down to $79.99. So if you need any help, i.e. like another descriptor, you need to see it on, you need one last look at it with the graphics, we see our final countdown is about ready. So, and also that ruby, don't forget about that light 1 carat ruby heart shape. That pendant, I'm gonna flash it again, is only $9.99. Very difficult to make anything in rubies, $9.99. We just did, and that's not a lot of little stones, it's one big, sizable heart shape. So that heart shape is $9.99 if you'd like to get it in the white or the yellow or the rose, but anything else up here, everything's under $10,000. That 1525 tanzanite is something special. Make sure you grab that. We're going to be in last call here. We got 2 minutes left. Now we see you tomorrow again. Of course, we have our weeknight shows Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights 5 to 8 Pacific. That's 8 to 11 Eastern. And we have our daytime shows on the weekends. That would be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time. So final 2 minutes left to go. Here's your last call on this wheel. Again, $79.99. Can't say enough about it. These pieces are only good for this show. Look at that. $79.99, $99.99 for the cashmere, $99.99 for our 1525 Museum Reserve. There's the copper bearing Purple Paraiba, 101 in diamonds, $24.99, and that mandarin, $1,999. Who would have ever thought a 2 carat mandarin could ever be under $2,000? It just did. It just went there. So fantastic way to pick that up. Do what you can, get what you can in these last 2 minutes. If you have any questions about anything at all, let me know. Anything from the show you want to check on availability, trust me when I tell you the pieces will be gone. The last couple minutes, what you don't see is after a minute 40 goes by, we go off the air, but the phone lines stay open and pieces go. Everyone's making the decisions from what's best from the evening. They're taking these items. So you got 90 minutes to look at them. You've got 2 more minutes after that to actually take them or until they're gone. They will be gone. There are too many values up there on way too rare and unique of a piece to stay with us. Yes. I do have a 9 carat 10 cushion. We're probably going to have to show it tomorrow. We're just out of time tonight to show it. If you would like it right now, I don't know if you've seen this one, but the 910 cushion, we can do it tomorrow. I'm going to try to make that price a little bit better for you. I wasn't all that thrilled with the price tag. If you'd like to get it right now, it's $79.99. I can maybe see if I can work a little magic for you for tomorrow. But it's a really important cushion cut square, fancy cut diamonds. We'll do that tomorrow, unless you just want to make an offer on it now. We'll see what we can do. But 40 seconds left in the broadcast. This is when everything, you know it's all going to go. The values are too good to stay here. They're just too good. They're too good. They're too special. They're just too low. So take what you can or get the 1525. Yeah. Sure. Here's the 9 carat on the hand real quick. Take a good look real quick. I hope they're watching online. We might need a few extra seconds on that one. Here it is on the hand. There's the 9 carat 10 square cushion. Probably going to see if I can maneuver a better value for you tomorrow. Maybe we'll auction it off. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow, tune us in, and we'll maybe we can auction that thing off tomorrow, right? Get you a better price tag. I'll see you then. We have a great show tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I'm Lauren Blair. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow.